bound in freedom, peace and unity. Hey, that's all.
Oh, yeah. Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria call obey, to serve our fatherland, with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, in freedom.
Bound in freedom, peace and unity. Hey, that's all.
Oh, yeah. Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria call obey, to serve our fatherland, with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, in freedom, in freedom, peace and unity.
Arise, my people, arise, my
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Yes, you. Have you subscribed? You. Yeah, before you go, click. It's free. Click. Just that's it. Have you subscribed? You are laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam. Thank you so much. I can see you. I can see you. We have to get to 100,000 subscribers. By the end of the year, how are we going to do that if you don't subscribe? Yes, you. Yes, you're about to click off. Why? Have you subscribed? It's free. If you don't, ask your son, ask your daughter how to. Just one click. Thank you. Thank you. I see you. Aha. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.
morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your geographical location. Thanks for joining this platform today. It's a lovely evening, even though it's a bit cold where I am and where you are. It's also possibly uh, cold as well too. Uh, it's gonna be a very wonderful evening tonight uh, because as we all have agreed. And even if you don't agree with it, it doesn't change the fact that without electricity, which is me in Nigeria, the country can never work. The country will not work. And so we're here today to see how we can part, I mean, uh, plan our path toward to that place where we can get everything for ourselves. And I was listening to Candy Owens not too long ago, where she was talking about briefly on Nigeria, the Miss Universe that just won by a Nigerian lady, and she said she did admit there's nothing about Nigeria with her, but she love it. She love. But truth be told, if Nigeria it's not working, uh, then we need to start to shape, find alternative. Love or hate him, we must applaud his courage, his tenacity, his will I use the word wisdom, and that is the person of Nnamdi Kanu. I think 7 years ago I did a broadcast. I don't like it methodology, but is as brave. We must admire and applaud his bravery above all. And if every one of us can rise up like him and what and fight like him, then I think the country will be better. However, this broadcast is dedicated, which I highlighted earlier in this, while the music was the national anthem and the call for subscriber was on. It's dedicated, specially dedicated to what? To all Biafralites, either you in person, in heart, all over the world, living what in bondage as a result of the situation back at home. So you're welcome to join the platform to hear your views and give your opinion in the matter of what of Biafra. If we have the Oduduwas or the who wants to be also coming to be part of it, everybody is welcome. Nobody is being cut off here. And I'm joined. I have a co-moderator here, as you know, Elder KJ is the elder in the house here among the moderators. So we'll be moderating together in this wonderful occasion this evening. But let me start by saying, what is the purpose of a bell if you don't ring the bell? What is the purpose of a song if you don't sing the song? What is the purpose of a love if you don't express that love? And what is the purpose of a war if you don't go to war, if you're just crying for war? What is the purpose of a freedom if you cannot liberate your own people? And in that regard, we must doff our hat and our cap for that man, Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, like I said, I don't appreciate his methodology that he went about it, but he has to go about it in one way, in one form or the other. And you know, Nigerians and Nigerian government as it is today, they don't listen to fair speech. They listen to poto speech. Everything has to be turned into into rough before they listen. So whether Nnamdi Kanu will be released or not, uh, I believe Biafra or the agitation for a state or for a country to be able to get to where they are, provide basic amenities, is what it is. Whether they get it, it will be fulfilled or we will realize it, we don't know. But for now, that is what we are facing right now. KJ, I'll give you the floor for your opening speech. Thank you very much. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, before you speak, somebody is trying to enter. Iwanchi, you have to give StreamYard permission for your audio and video. So it's showing device not connected. So I'm going to kick you out and try to log in back, but you need to give StreamYard permission for your video and audio. So, but thank you for wanting to join and just try attempt again. Thank you very much. KJ, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Electricity, for picking this topic today. I think that the whole world, if not the whole black race, is looking at what is playing out in these 2 days concerning, the Biafra government in exile, because most people do not understand that Simon Ekpa is not right now running on the same lane with Nnamdi Kanu. So sometimes they misconstrued that Simon Ekpa is working on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu. That is not true. However, there's nothing to take away from him. We'll discuss his own issue on his merit. But talking about Nnamdi Kanu, I started following Nnamdi Kanu sometimes. I think as before he was that shootout in Umuahia. I used to really listen to Mayegun, but eventually one day I stumbled into his broadcast and I so didn't like it. Just like you, I didn't like his rhetorics. I didn't like his language. So I said, no, man, this guy is he's not going to get anybody convinced based on what he's saying. And the way he was using his language, I also felt that maybe sometimes in future, those some people that is berating right now are going to be in a position to help out, and they will not, which is where we are today. But eventually, I decided to just follow him up because, you see, I want to go in and understand the person before I can make a criticism. So I started following his, and then one day he talked about a story that only my late father had told me, about the struggle of the Igbos and the cause of the Igbos and how eventually the war started, and that the Igbos never called for war, So I felt that this guy is a bit deeper than, so let us leave aside his rhetorics and now listen to him. He began to make a lot of sense. He spoke about, because having grown up in the North, there are certain stories that I know a lot of people will not know, except you are very deep, in the North. And he brought those stories to bear. I was shocked. So he started by, opening the eyes of many of us, many people who did not know those things. And of course, that whatever government don't like becomes fake news. So his rhetorics were called fake news, were called all kinds of things. But today, from hindsight, there's nothing he has spoken about that has not come to play out. I remember when he was saying to people, if you have money, go bring out your money from the bank and put it in dollars. Because I'm telling you, you use one basket to buy a loaf of bread. That is there. I had some of, after a while, I started recording some of his broadcasts. Because I felt that this guy is seeing something that I'm not seeing. Most so that sometimes when he finishes speaking this week, by the next following week or 2 weeks later, you see that those things are coming to happen. So I said, is it that this guy is a prophet of our time or something? I concluded that it's either that he has an insider or he's just somebody who is gifted with a talent, and we should pay attention to some of what he's saying. So I think what you've said is the truth. If we like to be a nation, it's only right that we discuss equity and justice, irrespective of whether they are Igbos, Yorubas, Hausas, Nupes, Angas, Jukum, Birom, whatever, Tiv, Idoma, Agatu, Igede, Akpa, no matter what the language that you speak, the Tiv people, anybody know that Tiv people have two kinds of Tiv people? That's the one they call the Hieref Tiv, and then the Tiv of the Boko people. So you see, in every little circle in Nigeria, you can get different dialects. And so if all these people are given a place, a center playing field, and the law and justice system is meant to embrace everybody in the same manner, I'm very sure that the idea that was put together by Lord Lugard will outlive every one of us. But if we constantly think you can box people into a corner and continuously to say these things are non-negotiable and continue to oppress and not allow the rule of justice, and justice have been compromised in the laid out of a failed state, the last thing that goes is justice. And now you and I know that justice can no longer be obtained by the ordinary man in Nigeria. So where do we go from here? If we go to court, we can't get justice. If we go to the streets, you can't get justice. Even your own house, you can't get justice. How then do you proceed to become a nation? Are you going to be a nation that has no laws? You know, are you going to be a nation that have no people who can question the authority? One of the things I like about the United States is that here you can ask any question. You can call a representative and say, look, man, you are stupid. I don't like that policies you are putting there. And I'm going to vote you out next time. Sorry, you lost my vote. They will tell you to your face, you know, because you are elected to serve the people. If you are too big, too important, very highly placed, in fact, you are next to God, you have no business coming to serve the people. You have no business sitting in the office of the people, because the highest office in any land is the office of the citizens. Even though I know that for a long time now, we have reduced our own Nigerian citizens to the masses. That is why everybody, riffraff, if they elected them from the back end of their villages, the moment they get to Abuja, they begin to refer to the people they left behind as masses. Meanwhile, some minutes ago, they were part of that masses. So, you see, until things are done properly, we'll have a long way to freedom, according to John Abba, which is a book I know we read when we were all in secondary school, A Long Way to Freedom, you know, by one certain South African writer. So I'm saying simply that until we sit down and ask ourselves what we want to achieve in the nationhood, do we want to keep lying to ourselves and hoping that tomorrow will be better? Or do we look at other nations that have successfully built their people, built their communities, make it a heaven? Look, in 1983, not a lot of people will go to Dubai. Not a lot of people will go to Dubai because it's almost a desert. But today, almost like 10 years, 73 or thereabout. If you go there, what are you going to look for? But the people sat down and decided to use the money they are burning to work for their people. When shall we ask, what is our money doing for us and what is our elected official doing? Or do we continue to call them God? That's the question for every Nigerian to answer.
Thank you very much. Before you highlighted, you said something that if we go to court, we can't get justice. If we go to the street, nothing can happen. If even in the house, nothing is happening. So the question will now be, what is the way forward? Which corner can we bend? Before let me highlight this. Electricity, number one institution problem to fix. So whether we split the country into 20 nations, this particular problem, I'm being fixed. I mean, I can say, AKA electricity, I'm getting fixed every day. I'm getting fixed by somebody very, very important in my life. The person is trying to fix me properly. But in the context of Nigeria, this is number one. What is the plan? We'll come to Samuel Ekpa later because I was able to check the Finland police department website to actually be sure if the stories actually were true about this arrest and what other things. So I will highlight that later on, just for the purpose of the audience. So this is number one issue. So if hypothetically we get Biafra today, this problem will still be facing Biafra because it's everywhere in the country. So when you split, how are they going to fix this problem? Because we all here have agreed. If you disagree, man of prestige, welcome to the plan. If you disagree that without electricity, Nigeria can make it, then speak. But we agree that without Nigeria, without electricity, Nigeria cannot make it. It's impossible. It's impossible. So, man of prestige, I believe you want to weigh into this issue in terms of remember this podcast is dedicated to what? To especially dedicated to all Biafralites all over the world living in bondage, either physically or you're Biafra at heart or you're Biafra with your shape of your face or nose or ears, whichever way you want to identify with them. Man of prestige, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Greeting, electricity. Good evening, KJ. I originate from Biafra, so I consider myself a Biafra, but what is transfer? I don't really know what your question. I thought we were talking about Sameba. Can you be specific before we? Are we not going to Sameba directly? I didn't hear you.
We'll come to Simon Ekpa. We just have to lay the foundation, please. It's if you don't have anything to weigh in this issue of Biafralites in bondage, and let my people go.
I won't say we are in a bondage. If the way you put it, I'm not in a bondage, but maybe people in Nigeria, the southeastern part of the country, they feel like they're in a bondage. So they're in a proper position to speak on that part. But as my people, I think it's about time we look at it differently, start building our place. I mean, that's the way I see we need to elect the right governors, because we don't have the right leaders, they're leading us right now. So the reason why I'm saying that, if you look at what's going on in Nigeria, our leaders, the so-called governors that were, we elected and so forth, I mean, they're the worst perpetuated of the problem we have. Because if they don't like what's going on and they feel they don't have any federal president, I mean, they should form certain kind of unity and go to the federal government and agitate for that. I mean, the Northerners does it. So what precludes the 5 Southeastern governor from doing the same? And from my understanding, they are giving a fat allocation because I was in a platform where it was enumerated what kind of allocation they get compared to other states. Even the people that generate much revenue or something like that, they still get a far allocation, So they should be able to use that. I mean, it's about time we stop complaining, we're not doing anything. But I believe because the leaders, it should start from the leaders. If you let them to govern, they should be able to take the good by honor and do something proper. But they're not doing it. So that I pretty much put most of the blame on them. Forget about all this whatever is happening right now, the crime and everything, perpetuating whether by some and some other, hoodlum, I don't know what is behind it, but like you said, we're gonna talk about some later. But in that narrative, we're talking about the Southeast and generally. I think it's time we better take the bull by the horn and better do something for ourselves. I mean, the federal government cannot solve our problem. Even at all, there's a symptom of being marginalized. That may be the case, but we can't just dwell on that. And you feel like you have been marginalized, go to the federal government and agitate, and tell them how you feel. But it seems like we don't have governors over there in the Southeast. That's part of our problem. I don't know what they're elected for, I mean, particularly my state, my state was a very good state. I have some business until who might come in. My hospital, my hospitality business is pretty much down to more than 50%. I mean, it didn't start. It can't just be coincidence. It didn't start until I hope Uzodema ascend the throne. whatever the motive, that he was brought in, or to me, he wasn't a proper elected, governor in my state. I mean, everybody can come with different permutations, the reason why, he had claimed that kind of position. So, I mean, he pretty much key my state, and that has, sporadic to other states right now where we have in the Southeast. Nothing is happening in that part. So I blame the leaders.
All right, thank you, man of prestige. Since
Yeah.
we want to talk about Simon Ekpa, did you see the thumbnail of this podcast? Did you see the picture of Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa? Nnamdi Kanu behind bars and Simon Ekpa with medals on his neck. Did you see the thumbnail? I take that as a no. You didn't see the thumbnail. Okay, let's talk about Simon Ekpa. So, just for the purpose of integrity of this platform, I would like to highlight where I got my information from. It's been heard all over the world, so I'm going to read it out if you are not seeing it clearly, because you can see the up there is the Police of Finland emergency number. You can change whatever language you can change. And police request remand of 5 persons on suspicious of terrorist offenses. The date there is 21/11/2024, 8:50, 8 hours 50 minutes. And the National Bureau of Investigation requests that 1 person be remanded on suspicion of public exhortation to an offense committed with a terrorist intent, and 4 persons on suspicion of financing a terrorist offense. The requests for remand are considered by the, I can't pronounce that, Pajat Ahmad District today, 21/11. The requests for remand are related to a criminal investigation in which a dual citizen of Finland and Nigeria born in the 80s is suspected of public exhortation to an offense committed with a terrorist intent. The police suspect that the man has furthered his effort from Finland in such a way that has resulted in violence against civilians and public authorities and in other crimes in Southeast Nigeria. He has carried out this activity by campaigning. For example, on his social media channel, says Head of Investigation Detective Chief Inspector Otto Hiltunen of the National Bureau of Investigation. The other 4 persons are suspected of financing said activity. All the 5 suspects have been apprehended early this week. The police have carried out international cooperation during the investigation. Now, that is what I came across. So names were not mentioned, but from the description, we all can conclude that the person they are mentioning is what? Is Simon Ekpa. Until such time that is debunked, that is where we are today. The other news which have not been verified allegedly is that he has denied being what the IPOB leader of the IPOB. We can't independently verify that. There is no video, no statement from him, no court transcript also from him, even though it was heard on Arise News. Because it has not been confirmed, independently confirmed, I can't play it, because by playing it, I'm joining into something allegedly he claimed is not the IPOB leader. In a matter of fraudulent activities, when he was here, Chile accused him of duping people. Now, remember, what's his name? Nnamdi Kanu is described as the Moses of Biafralites. We may not appreciate, or I don't applaud his method, but love or hate him, he's done what I personally cannot do. And I don't think any one of us will be able to do it or can do it. No, don't let me say we'll be able to do it, has done it up to today. So the floor is now open for each and every one of us. Since we want to talk about Simon Ekpa, Nigerians from Nigeria, when he was here, donated naira, 400 naira, 1,000 naira, I think 2 or 3 Nigerians. YouTube is going to collect 30% of that money from this channel. So, gentlemen, who exactly is the IPOB leader? Is Simon Ekpa faking? Is self-acclaimed prime minister? Is that people voted for him prime minister? The floor is open. I'll start with Madam Luke, being the older lady here. You've got 5 minutes to make your argument, please.
Madam
Thank you very much.
Luke. Madam
Hey,
Luke.
thank you. Hello, my wonderful panelists and my wonderful Dr. Damage's family. It's a beautiful day today, and I think we're making impact. The fact that all the buzz is around our Prime Minister, it is giving me all the pleasure in the world to know that we are moving and we are shaking tables. So, you see, like I said, I am not a Nigerian. I have given up on Nigeria. I'm not interested in anything going on in Nigeria because as far as I'm concerned, Nigeria is not a country. And things have only gotten worse. Like you said, you can't get justice on the street. You can't justice if you sit at home. You can't get justice in the courts. So what kind of country do you have? What kind of country do you have that you feel that everybody that speaks against you is a terrorist? Meanwhile, the real terrorists in Nigeria, Shetima and Co., they are roaming free. Now, when it comes to this Biafra matter, wherever Ojukwu stopped, Nnamdi Kanu came on. Wherever Nnamdi Kanu came on, IPOB was somewhere there. Wherever IPOB went, Simon Ekpa came from there. So this struggle will always continue. I don't care how many people you jail. I don't care how many people you kill. As far as you do not want a Nigeria, you are a Biafran. The only thing you can go is for the Oduduwa or Arewa. You are free to pick wherever you want to pitch your tent. I, beating my chest as an Edo lady, I'm heading to Biafra. And I will be one of those that will vote from that 50 million people because it's the next best thing that can be a country. Yeah, look at here. It's the next best thing that can be a country. Why are they
Sorry,
jittery?
Madam, look, I had to pause. I paused your time. The floor is still yours. Okay,
Yes.
I paused your time. You still
Yes.
have 3 minutes and 12 seconds. You said it's the next thing that the best to a country. Do you mind, please, kindly expatiate what you actually meant by that, please? Thank
Yes.
you. Before it's back to you.
Look at the stages they've gone to. They are going through all the legal processes, the referendum. They are going through the Western channels. They are going through, I mean, you can tell that this is backed up by educated people who know how to, put their cases across, to get international support, to prove that Nigeria is not working. They have a referendum. They have bodies. And Mr. Simon Ekpa came here and told us that he did not make himself prime minister. He did not. The people there made him prime minister because he was more vocal and he was the one championing the cause. They have a body. They have people who are sitting. In fact, I listened to some other podcast today where 2 of the officials came out and spoke and said, regardless of what is going on with Simon Ekpa, come December 2nd, that referendum will be there. And I'm waiting. So when I say it's the next best thing to a country, they got their act together. They got their act together in the fact that they're the only strong opposition force against Nigeria. I mean, Oduwa Republic or whatever with Igboho went to London and they were shut down. Arewa Republic is a local republic for the North, for their own interest. But Biafra is international. Biafra is international. So when Ojukwu came, he was a traitor. When Nnamdi Kanu came, he was a terrorist. IPOB came, they were conscribed. What do you want? What exactly do you want as Nigerians? Biafra has nothing to do with Igbo tribe or no Igbo tribe. It is anything that is against Nigeria, that stands against the corruption of Nigeria and the fact that Nigeria is not working and the people of the Southeast are being killed. What has Simon Ekpa got to do with? So you want to tell me Simon Ekpa will sit down in Finland and be controlling the mayhem going on in the East? Does that even make sense? Simon Ekpa will kill his own people. Meanwhile, you have unknown gunmen there. Are you trying to tell me that it's Simon Ekpa that is sponsoring the unknown gunmen? So, my dear Nigerians, what exactly do you want? When you find out, you can tell yourselves. But I already know what I want. See this pretty lady here? Well-endowed pretty lady? I know what I want. It is Biafra. That is the best thing that suits my sentiments. And you have courageous people who are fighting. Men with balls. Women with umplobis that are fighting. Yes. People with balls, people that are not cowards, hiding under the let Nigeria work. When is Nigeria ever going to work? You are busy taking loans upon loans upon loans that your grandchildren cannot pay. And you say you have a country. Referendum on being a country. Referendum on being recognized as not part of Nigeria. That is what the referendum is on about. And when you get enough people to sign it, perhaps people will take you seriously. And that is why they're going through that channel. And so what is going on in the East, you need to ask Uzodinma and your IPOB. Even Simon Ekpa said that he's not part of IPOB. He came out and denounced it, that he is not part of IPOB. That is not what he stands for. He stands for Biafra. Okay. Does IPOB stand for Biafra?
All right. Thank you very much, Madam Luke. Your time is up. Okay. KJ, maybe you will have to educate us. What is the difference between IPOB and what? And Biafra.
Okay.
And this referendum, is it widely recognized? And is it authentic? Is it what difference does it make? You have 5 minutes, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll start from your last question. What is authentic is what we decide is authentic. We cannot wait for the world to decide for us what is authentic, because we don't wait for the world. We don't go and ask them what they are doing. Is it authentic? If you ask me, there are many things they are doing in the states that are not authentic. Okay, even the democracy they plan to they tell us we should practice. They are not practicing it the way that they preach it. So I have come to a point where I no longer believe all those nonsense they talk about. Even their writings, there are certain things I don't take any longer. I decide for myself what is authentic now. That is one. Two, the referendum that the Biafrans are asking for is, since you say majority of us don't want to go away, let us go and vote for ourselves and find out whether it is true that majority don't want to go away. And one of the promises that Nnamdi Kanu made before he was incarcerated was that if after the referendum, the people say they don't want to be part of it, he will pack up his shop and go. Was he hungry? This guy was living in London, enjoying his life. So it wasn't like he was looking for a way to become, to be fed. None of these guys, and some people, I saw some people saying that Simon Ekpa is an illiterate. You don't know him. Go and do research. Simon Ekpa has a master's degree in law. Okay, he's a practicing lawyer. He's practicing. He goes to court. He stands to defend people. So when they say he's not educated, I don't know why how the person got that that information. Simon Ekpa was in the army, Finnish army. I don't know if he's still serving, but he was in the army. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this to say that if the court, which I don't believe though, but if Simon Ekpa goes to court and say he's not the leader of IPOB, that is true, because he has clearly said that he is the Biafran government in exile. That is, if you see the crest he has on his show is saying that, okay? And every time he addresses himself as the prime minister, he says the prime minister of the Biafran government in exile. So that means that he has distinguished himself outside of IPOB.
Okay, KJ, sorry for interjecting. What is the full meaning of IPOB, please?
Indigenous people of Biafra.
So, indigenous people of Biafra.
Yes,
and it's claiming it's not their leader, but he is a Biafran. So what is the difference? Well, please, I want to be educated. Okay. What's the difference between a Biafra and indigenous people of Biafra?
I will tell you. See,
all right, thank you, sir. I continue your time now.
Some people come and meet me, say, hey, I know you're not part of Biafra. I say, no, I am Igbo. I'm indigenous. Okay? So once I am indigenous, that means that first of all, the I is already, I'm a person of Biafra. That means that the whole is complete. So you cannot tell me that I'm not a Biafran and I'm not IPOB. But, however, am I a card carrying? Am I attending the meetings? That's a different thing altogether. So in this instance now, any Igbo man can say, I'm not part of that movement. It's not a must that everybody is not. When South Africa was fighting for apartheid to end, it wasn't every black South African that was in the movement. It was not every one of them that supported them. There were people who are collaborating with the white people to make sure that apartheid doesn't go away because they were benefiting. And that's exactly what we're seeing in Igbo land now. Majority of the leadership in Igbo land now are not put there by their people, and consequently, they don't speak on behalf of the people. And just like Madam Luke has said, if you go to the East today, there are more than 5 different groups operating in the name of unknown gunmen, in the name of Asarida Kubo, in the name of Bago, and other local vigilantes that have formed themselves into a criminal gang. Anytime they do anything, they say to themselves, it is IPOB. There are even DSS people. The last time, some 2 years ago, about a year ago, there was some incident that happened, and the people who were killed eventually took off their mask, and they found out the guy had an ID card. That was DSS ID card. So we are simply saying that the people in the East have been so made such a way that since all this criminality is going on, anything can happen and nobody can take responsibility. Nobody is held accountable. All right. Recently, if you go to the internet right now, you can find videos of a Bibago beating somebody, right? Is there, beating the guy, and they are beating him for no reason. And they are carrying him away, and the people are shouting, if they carry him away now, we don't know whether he'll come back, because the ones they've taken away have not come back. So there are many things that are happening in the East. The question is, for what reason are you allowing these things go on? If you are sincere about dealing with what is going on, insecurity in the East, you will have taken a different step. That's one. The Igbos have told you, if you release Nnamdi Kanu, everything that is going on in the East, he has the ability to stop it. You say you will not release him, okay? And yet every day you are looking for how to bring peace in the East. Now, if you go back into the security roadmap, the security map of Nigeria, the South is the least place with least violence. Even with all this going on, the Southeast has the least. So why is that the place that has the least have the largest amount of army people, army force, and all the rest of people living in the places where the actions are taking place? Why is that the Southeast have to be backed up with everybody? Okay, now I'll give you an example concerning Simon Ekpa. Maybe one will go ahead, we can discuss more about it. But the chief of army staff is saying that, look, yes, we need to deal with this because we cut off their three source of this happening, the source of funds, those financing it, and the logistics. If you cut it off, you take off the oxygen. You know this. You have not done it in the north. You have not done it in the place where Boko Haram has been attacking for the past 10 years. It didn't cut off the source of their funds. It didn't cut off the source of their logistics. It didn't cut off the source of those. Even when Saudi Arabia gave you 400 names of those sponsoring insecurity in the north, what did you do with it? You see, what they don't like is people who
have
can
30
look
seconds,
at them.
please.
1 minute, I'll finish. Those who can look at them in the eye and tell them the blunt truth. And that's what we need to stand up in Nigeria and begin to tell those who call themselves leaders. Tell them the blunt truth. If you know that this is how to cut off any insecurity, why have you left it gone for 10 years in the north? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much
Mr.
for that.
Electricity. Sorry, I have to leave because I have to be at work. I just want to say something about what Mr. KJ said. KJ, thank you very much. I align with everything you said. And I want to ask Mr. Electricity, you are asking a simple question that is kind of rhetorical in my belief. You're asking me what constitutes Biafra. That's like asking what constitutes Christianity. You have Pentecostal, you have Olumba, you have Baptist, you have Catholic. Are you not worshiping the same one God?
Did I ask the question what constitutes I asked for clarification. What's the difference between IPOB and Biafra?
It is evident. Everybody's representing their own interest. All roads lead to Rome, whoever can get there. But the problem is that
Mrs. Lou, can I ask you a question before you leave?
Yes.
Okay. I know it's going to be my turn, but let me use this minute to ask. You wanted to leave. I was going to pose the question before I give my own narrative. Okay. I mean, we all have free opinion to express opinion, our allegiance to whatever you want. I mean, I respect your allegiance. I'm part of it, so I'm not going to deny them. When you talk of Igbo, who is Biafra, or any part of, the former Southeast that wants to join, is something. So I originate from Biafra, but for a disclaimer, I'm a proponent of one Nigeria. And if my people decide, to separate from Biafra, which is where I'm originated, I will join my people. I have no issue with that.
What was the question?
The question I have for you, Simon Ekpa, do you subscribe to the method that he has been using to actualize this Biafra? Because of the killing and the mayhem, he may not be responsible for all, But
you cannot, if you cannot prove what you're saying, then you cannot put it on Simon Ekpa's head. The one that he subscribed to, I back him up 100%. Because Nigeria, your one Nigeria, the only thing they understand is violence for violence. Because you not practice what you preach, you will not keep the peace, but you want us to keep turning the other cheek so you can kill everybody. And then you can have your one Nigeria. It ain't going to happen. Fire for fire. On that
Thank
note,
you very much.
Thank
Thank you, my man of president. To be your flawness, while we are posting our opinions and arguments, we must not forget one important man, which is Nnamdi Kanu. We must not forget that important man, because, like I said, if you read the description and the thumbnail, is described as what? As the Moses of the Biafralites in prison, while Simon Ekpa has taken the medals and enjoying that freedom. So it's confusing as to who exactly, because listen, the people need leadership. And when there's this confusion moving around, it helps nobody. Let's be realistic on that. Man of President, the floor is yours. You've got 5 minutes. I want to thank the good
Thank you very
and
much.
Biafran voice
So
and righteous
I've
man.
stated in my opening ceremony that that I'm an Igbo man and a Biafra man. Because when you talk about Igbo, we talk about Biafra. Just like when you talk about we talk about the Yoruba. So there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, I'm a proponent of one Nigeria. But if my people, if there's a referendum to separate, I will vote no. But having said that, in a democracy, of course, we don't practice democracy in Nigeria. What we practice is central democracy. So it's different from what we borrow from the Americans. So everything centralized, in the presidency or asteroid. So that's a story for another day. So having said that, if my people decide to separate, I will joyfully 100% follow my people, because I'm an Igbo man before a Nigerian, which Biafra is associated with. So I have no problem calling myself a Biafra, but I don't want the separation. So having said that, this Simon Ekpa conundrum is not because of what he's saying or what he wants. He agitating for Biafra. I have no issue with that. Nnamdi Kanu did the same thing. He actualized it, but it's the methodology is my issue. Because nobody can come here and tell me that whatever he's perpetuating in that part of southeastern part of the country has deprived my people living condition, killing, occupying people every day with the sit at home, which I have not witnessed it, but I have people in the village. I don't live, my parents don't live in the village, but I have people in the village that have succeeded to this atrocity, because they close the market. If they don't want to go, if they see them go to the market, they will beat them up or kill them. So nobody can come here and tell me that he's not perpetuating this. I'm not going to say he's doing everything. Of course, some people are taking advantage of it. I mean, there could be some sabotaging with the government, political motive, and other kind of thing going on. I don't have data to back everything for there, but the common sense that Simon Ekpa is one of the brain behind this sit at home, because this has been happening even before Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, when he was, talking about the Biafra separation. It hasn't come up to this level until this sit at home. Then they paralyzed, the economy of southeastern Nigeria, was okay before this sit at home. I own a hotel in Owerri State, so Imo State. So I know what's happening, how the economy has completely destroyed. In terms of business-wise, my business is less than 50% what it was before. So nobody can come here and tell me that Simon Ekpa is not a contributor to that. I mean, I'm going to ask people, can anybody who subscribe to the methodology of Simon Ekpa to tell me how is he going to sit in Finland as an autopilot and be able to achieve this? How many times has he promised the actualization of Biafra until December the 2nd? I have. It's going to be the 4th time. What kind of gullible? Everybody here is smart. People that came the other day, that Dr. Damage has over 4,000. That's the most traffic ever had. you know, maybe half of the people, you know, that were there were supporters of him. I mean, it's just the gullible, in my own opinion, and I'm gonna call it how it is. If I offend you, let it be. It's just the gullible of the followers. They are being siphoned, and after that, you're gonna start going to fundraising. I mean, I see it as a racketeering criminality. That's my own opinion. And if anybody has a problem with it, let them go hit the transformer, okay? And this is the way I see it. Simon Ekpa is not a good person. He should, you know, whether he's going to be arrested, whether he's been arrested, has not been properly authenticated. But I hope he's arrested. Let's just see where the whole mayhem in the southeast is coming. If he's arrested, whether he's going to be extradited, but from what I'm reading, he may not be extradited. I mean, but that doesn't even mean anything to me, whether he extradited or not. You know, to me, I'd rather have them lock him up, you know, whether for years or whatever. So we start rebuilding our land. This is the way I see it. Then if this mayhem continue, then we can know where it's coming from, the saboteur, whether government is involved, whether the politician is involved, and we can know at least eliminate this bad egg. Then we can move on. I'm not saying because Simon Ekpa has been arrested, I'm going to come here and say everything is going to be fine. You know, I mean, there will be no more crime. No, I don't think so. It's going to take a while. But at least if that one has been eliminated, then we know where to stand. We know where we can go. You know, we know where we can go from here. So,
Thank you very much.
I'm glad that he has been arrested. I hope that the extradition part of it, if it happens, but if you ask me,
thank you very much, man of Prestige.
Give me a minute.
You have 30 seconds.
Whether I'm going to be extradited, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know if I want you to be extradited, because what's going to happen? Let's assume they extradite him, to Nigeria and keep him. We don't have any law in this country. So what's that going to happen? That's going to what's happening about Nnamdi Kanu right now. Another breed of people is going to start doing something. They want Simon Ekpa to be released. So if they keep him there and lock him up, I don't know what their justice system there. I'm glad. I just don't want him out. Right. Let justice take course, whatever may be. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my man of Prestige. Just Nigeria has no any treaty with Finland in respect to extradition. But in my considered opinion, I think I have said it here before, I think 2 or 3 times. When Nigeria is ready to bring Simon Ekpa to Nigeria from Finland, it just takes a few barrels of oil and that matter will be solved. That is diplomacy and politics for you. Forefather, the floor is yours. You got 5 minutes. Thank you. A Biafra voice, the good, righteous man, you came last. I don't know who came first, either the good or Biafra man, but either of you can go for righteous man. Forefather, the floor is yours. You have 5 minutes. There is still a confusion, and I say a confusion of IPOB and Biafra, and who is actually. You know what? Let me play this video, Forefather, before you speak.
Sorry, please.
Can you hold on, please? Can you hold on, please? Can you hold on, please? Can you hold on for your time, please? It's not here your time. Respectfully. Thank you very much.
Nothing is playing.
Yeah, I'm coming. It's gonna play.
Simon Ekpa was arrested on Thursday by authorities in Finland. Ekpa was arrested with 4 others on suspicion of inciting crimes with terrorist intent through separatist propaganda on social media. The Finnish authorities say that Ekpa used his platform to advocate for violence in southeastern Nigeria with his online rhetoric, fueling attacks on civilians and government forces, and also financing of terrorist activities with investigations tracing back to August 2021. Dr. Abati, I wasn't here when you guys spoke with your guest this morning, but allegedly Simon Ekpa has denied being the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic in court. I believe that he had described himself as an ordinary member of IPOB, which is quite strange because, Vimba, you know that we have seen Simon Ekpa in a lot of his videos, claiming to be, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic. So, I mean, I think that he did say in court that, he denied that he is the head. He's just an IPOB member. Well, let me take some reactions. This has, generated some reactions. This person wrote, Simon Ekpa in court, prosecuting counsel. You are the Biafran Prime Minister? Simon Ekpa says, no, my lord, I am not. Prosecuting counsel says, what are you then? Simon Ekpa says, I am a content creator. Prosecuting counsel says, do you have any proof? Well, here's proof, Simon Ekpa. Let's play up that video.
We're back. Forefather, the floor is now yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, and greetings to everyone on the panel, the chat, and to the viewers. Yeah, I think for one, it's a good thing that he has been arrested. I don't know how he has been allowed to carry on doing what he's been doing for a long time. And for me, the Nigerian government and these actors, they are just as bad as each other. They sit there causing chaos for our people. I don't know how people cannot see this. This is why we are so easy to con in this country. Any con man will con Nigerians. We like to pretend as if we are smart, but we are not. If we are so smart, how do we not know that we had our own nations before we were colonized? How do we not know that if you look around you, Cameroon, Benin Republic, Niger, they are all just poor. If you get Biafra, you're still going to be poor. You're just moving the problem around and becoming even more vulnerable to the world. The whole world, they are there using nuclear weapons, and I think Russia just tested an experimental missile that can deploy multiple warheads just yesterday. And we are here just for land that you don't control. Sometimes when I see people, the way some people talk here, I just wish people would just put us out of our misery because of the way people behave. I don't understand. You are asking for your extinction. Most of these people are asking for their extinction. They sit here, act as if they are fighting for a nation. The nation you are fighting for, do you control it? You don't control it. Oyibo man will come here, wipe all of you out overnight. You can't stand. And that one is in a Oyibo man country. Do you know how disgraceful that is? That Oyibo man country that he is hiding, doing all these things and causing all this trouble, buried a lot of his ancestors in this land, in Nigeria. And now his own ambition is, let's fight other Nigerians first before we sort any other problem out. Our mumu, I'm one of them, because I too, I'm in the Igbo man country. Our mumu knows no end. When are we going to wake up to the fact that you are just moving the problem from one point to another? There's a bigger challenge out there. You can't see a lion coming after you and you start fighting mosquito. A lion will eat you alive. The people that control this land that you are in, they are still out there. The people that buried all your ancestors, colonized you, enslaved a lot of your people, they are still there. Very strong. As a matter of fact, they have gotten stronger. What do you plan for them? Do you have any plan? Or you plan to be the best slave in the house? Is that your plan? So that your children don't have any future, because eventually they will get rid of you. These people have been known to eat continents. One country like Nigeria is a biscuit for them. They take continents. Why are we not serious people? What is wrong with our men? And we say we are so smart. We get 1 degree. Keep carrying 1 degree after another. And yet, when we stand in front of Oyibo man, we are all babies. They call us boys. They refer to us as boys because we are not mature. What Lugard said when he was here, we've not changed. We remain the same. All we want to do is talk against each other, bite each other, fight. And if you want, how is it that we don't have any group in this country that is fighting that, okay, we want our country to be better. We want to build something stronger. Why is it not one of them is like that? All they want is, let's fight the next man. Not the politicians. So let's fight the Hausa. Let's fight the Igbo. Let's find a way to separate and become smaller so that we are easy to take apart. How are you going to fight the fight that is going to come? Do you know that if Nigeria was united when Oyibo came the first time, they wouldn't have been able to take Nigeria? Because we are so wicked amongst ourselves. We are selling our people We even use religion to sell our people as slaves. That wickedness, the Igbo man used it against us, and they took everything from us. And we still don't have it back. I don't even know what you are fighting for. Biafra. Do you control it? Do you see the rivers for controlling their oil? Nigeria national budget 2 years ago was 47 billion. Today is 27 billion. From 47 to 27 billion in 2 years. And in the country I sit here, they spend 1.4 trillion. 1.4 trillion. What kind of men, our men, you people deserve what is going to come to your children. What people are wishing for us, if you want to kill us with all this talk, instead of you people to be organizing on how you are going to survive this world. This century is a century of people that are big. It's a century of people that are innovative. It's a century of people that are prepared to face the big boys in the house. If you are not ready, believe you me, you are not going to last. They are going to use you as punching bags. They will just use you to kill each other. And when you have done killing each other, just like Oyibo people they did you before, they've done it before. This is not new. If this was WAEC, they are giving you the expo, and you still fail. That is double mumu for me. They gave you the expo, and you still fail the WAEC. If you did not learn any lesson, your ancestors under the ground and have been buried by these people. They are crying right now, watching you people do these things that you are doing. No, the children don't learn any lesson. They don't learn. They repeat the same mistake over and over again. Carry on. You think this is not going to have any consequences? There will be consequences. Eventually, when those people that came and took everything before return, when they decide that they want more, let's see whether you are going to own that Biafra.
Thank you very much.
Let's see whether you are going to own Nigeria. You are not going to own it. They will take everything from you. Thank you.
Thank you. Your 5 minutes. So thank you for that. In the next, after I go around at Biafra Voice, the good and righteous man, the question that I will pose to us, or that it will be before us, is: as any leader in exile ever liberate his people? That will be the next topic we are going to talk about. It's very important. As any leader in exile, as claimed by Simon Ekpa, ever liberate his people? Biafra Voice, you got 5 minutes in respect to the topic we're talking about. Thank you very much. Your time starts now.
Thank you so much, and all protocol observed. Actually, I came in, I don't know if you are hearing me, electricity, because of your question. You were asking of Simon Ekpa denying being the leader of IPOB.
Allegedly, please. Allegedly. It's on the record. You heard it from allegedly, please.
Okay. You see, one thing we must understand about these people in Nigeria, news media, is that they took everything for joke. You can imagine Channel or Arise Television, they make up their news from what they see from content creators. They pick their content or news headlines from Twitter and so on. Anyway, that's by the way. IPOB leader has been and remains Nnamdi Kanu. Simon Ekpa was never and is not the IPOB leader. Simon Ekpa was firstly the spokesperson, Biafran spokesperson, which he was appointed to when the Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya, and the people working with Nnamdi Kanu in the IPOB refused to do the needful. Biafrans pulled and stopped following them. And then when the Biafran people, found Simon Ekpa as being able to speak, we followed him. And then Simon Ekpa, this autopilot, I heard man of prestige. I think you are the one that said something about the autopilot. The autopilot was only the time came about when the people of the IPOB leaders that call themselves DOS asked people to stop sitting at home. And the people of Biafra refused to stop sitting at home. Then, at this time, Simon was just making his own broadcast on his own. Then Simon came to make a broadcast and said, now wow, even when the Biafrans have been asked to stop sitting at home, they refused. That means this Biafra agitation has gone autopilot. That means we are now in autopilot. That was how the name autopilot came. Then the DOS began to call him and anybody that listens to him autopilot. So, like I said, I came in to clear your question. Simon Ekpa never denied being Biafran Prime Minister. He only said he is not an IPOB leader, which he is not, and which he has never been. So it is it's sad that when you see people that come to broadcast to the world, you see them making fun of everything they do. And as for my brother, forefathers, you are here blaming everybody, and you have left Nigeria and ran away to a far country. I don't know where you are. You blame the Nigerians, you blame the people asking for freedom, the Biafrans. What is your solution? Nothing. And you, man of prestige, you don't like Simon Ekpa, yet you don't like Nigeria. What is your solution? Nothing. Are we going to, because we don't have any we cannot fight Nigeria? Nigeria is bigger than what we have. They have bigger things. They have bigger. We can't fight them. They are bigger than us. Then we sit down and watch them finish all of us. Today, bigger than what we have. They have bigger things. When we come here, we pretend as if nothing is happening. Today, I saw in the news, Enugu State, Pitamba, rejoicing and celebrating that Simon Ekpa was arrested. And he is not telling us anything about the Fulani headers, killing people, sacking
You have
people,
30
taking over
seconds.
their communities in Enugu. Is my time up?
Yeah, you have 30 seconds, please.
Okay. He is not saying anything about the people, the indigenous people that has been attacked, their villages, their communities taken over by Funanis in Enugu. Series of attack. It's not hidden. It's there in the news. Nobody discusses all this. And when we come out here, we pretend Simon Ekpa is our problem. Thank you.
Your time is up. Thank you. Do good. Let me address Biafra Voice first. You listened to that video. Allegedly, it was stated there. So they weren't confirming, they weren't saying authoritatively that he claims that other one you saw was more or less a cartoon on X. The court transcript, there is no evidence of that. However, we must not overlook the fact that I don't know if you were here when I read the statement on the Finland police website. I don't know if you heard me reading it. I can read it for you again.
I was here. And
so,
nobody is denying the fact that
all right.
He has some questions to answer.
All right. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Do good. The floor is yours. I want to thank Ezio Shomoko for coming. Although Mokak, I'm not getting you. We have Dr. Agi here. She has left. I expected she was going to come in. Hopefully, she will come back. She has a lot of questions to answer. Do good. The floor is yours. You have 5 minutes. Thank you.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I've listened to a lot of, let me start like this. I always like to say who I am. I'm not ashamed of who I am or where I'm from. I'm an Igbo man. My name, so I'm from Anambra State. I'm not ashamed of it. And let me just tell you a little bit of my background. I was born right in the middle of the war, the Civil War. I was one of those children, those Pachoko kids that survived. So, and my parents were living in Lagos before the war. And they went back to the east, and I was born, and I was brought back to Lagos in 4th of January 1971. So I've seen it all. And like I used to tell you, electricity since 2011, because I saw the need for us to bring our people out of all this. You have to get them engaged, get them busy, get them working. 2011, I've been visiting. I set up something in that country, and I've been spending 3 months at least every year. This year, I've spent 4 months trying to see if these things will work. Yes. Now, coming back just a little bit, just coming back to what we were saying. Man of Prestige, I really commend the way you paraphrase it. The methodology the guy is using is wrong. Electricity, you're a Yoruba man, and I want you to listen to me. My father told us how they were able to navigate. Imagine people who lost war. How they were able to navigate themselves into prosperity. They lost everything after the war. Some of them were given 20 pounds. The only gift God bestowed on an Igbo man is that entrepreneurship skill, buying and selling. You often hear people say, "I'm a trader." Some people will laugh as if, and now somebody will come and tell you to sit at home. That means you are killing yourself. Sometimes this guy will come, and say everybody sit at home for 1 week. For what? For what reason? What are you trying to achieve with it? Like I said, the greatest gift God gave an Igbo man is that entrepreneurship skill. That gift. Now, someone will sit in Finland. You order people not to come out, but your own children are going to school. He has a lot of people in Nigeria to sit at home to close the schools. That is wrong. Now, I want you to understand there are 4 groups operating in Southeast. I witnessed it. There's something that happened in 2018. I won't be able to discuss it here because of some reasons that exposed me to a lot of things. Prior to Anambra election, something happened. That was where I knew there was a country indeed. So, like I said, there are 4 groups operating. The first group is Simon Ekpa group. Those who say they are attacking the military posts and military whatever. The other one is this hopeless idiot in Imo State and a gang. Those ones are the one attacking all these vigilantes, just to give that place a bad name. Then the third group is Nnamdi Kanu group. Those ones are the real ESN. Those ones are the one in the bush, dealing with all these Fulani marauders. And then the fourth one now, okay, I can't remember the fourth one. I'll give you 3 anyway. Now, Simon Ekpa's group, he has often said it. All this one we are trying to, deny or whatever. He said it that he is attacking the Nigerian military or whatever because they are killing his people. Forgetting, okay, let me tell you, something happened. I remember, I think it was early this year when some group went and attacked some military posts in Abia State. Even after Alex Oti went there to plead with the.
You have 30 seconds, please. Your 5 minutes is up. You have 30 seconds.
Do you know that the military came back like a week later? Stopped, packed there's a video of it. I have it. Packed about 500 people into a tipper. Men, women, strip them naked. I know of a person that has not been seen since then. You can't sit in Finland and be giving order to be attacking. Like you already said, nobody will get free his people while in exile. If you want to, if you say you are tough, come down and then and face them. Not killing your people, for nothing.
Thank you. Thank
you very much.
Yeah. Righteous man, you're next, but let me beg your indulgence. Dr. Agi, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, thanks for joining, Eccentrica. Thanks, Dexter. Thanks for joining. Righteous man, I beg your indulgence. Dr. Agi, I was expecting you to be here today because I believe you have a key to conspiracy
electricity, sorry. Can I say something? Electricity, please.
Right.
It would have been better because I know the doctor will have a lot of questions to answer. It would have been better for me to make my little submission before the doctor takes over.
Okay, so I ask for your indulgence. You are not giving me the floor. Is yours. You have 5 minutes, please. Thank you.
No, will the doctor accept it?
It's not about the doctor. I'm the one that asks you. So if you're not giving it, you are not giving it. So forget about the doctor. So you have 5 minutes, please. Thank you. The floor is yours.
Oh, okay, thank you very much. I greet everyone. I have listened to forefathers' submission. I listened to Man of Prestige, and I listened to my very brother that just spoke now. But I think there is a miscalculation he made while he was calculating his age, because from the time he said he was conceived by the middle of the world, born and returned back 1971, he couldn't have seen everything because he didn't witness the war. At that age, at that time, he has not developed to the extent of having knowledge of what was going on. That's the little correction I want him to appreciate, in his submissions. Anyway, I do not blame Nnamdi Kanu, neither do I blame Simon Ekpa. Neither will I blame tomorrow whoever that comes up. I am blaming the structure that produced these issues that we're facing today in Nigeria. Last time when I spoke here, I talk of working documents. Just like forefathers said, the black man is at risk. We are surviving at the mercy of the Western world and the Arab world. Tell me, mention one black nation today you are proud of that we say militarily they are strong. Egypt is surviving because of their military alliance with America and some European countries. That's why they are the first military power in Nigeria, in Africa. Before the collapse of apartheid in South Africa, South Africa had nuclear. But during the time of collapse of apartheid, they handed over their nuclear bombs to the Western world. So virtually we have nothing. Africa is just like a harvest ground. Any person can come and harvest anything. The problem is not Ekpa. The problem is not Nnamdi Kanu. The problem is the structure that we have on ground that have not produced a working document for those who want to aspire to greatness in life, which Nigeria, being amalgamated in 1914, had potential of becoming a superpower. But due to the lack of this working document that specify, that gives honor to whom honor is due, that services are being given based on merit, due to the absence of this working document, that is why we are having individuals who have lived in the Western world, tested the sweetness of life in the Western world, coming up with the issue of division and secession. Because if your country is working, for example, just like I'm alluding to what forefathers said, if Nigeria is working well, most of you that are in America and Europe and Asia will not be there. You will be right home here. I remember in 1972, 73, when my uncle's son was going to America, immediately he finished university there, he came back to work here. He had privileges to be there, but our currency was better. Everything was better. But Nigerians, best brain in Nigeria today are running away. And when they run away, they don't want to come back because they feel that this place is not a good place to live. That is why you make money, you invest here, and you don't come here to live. Just like my brother, man of prestige, that I have hotel in Owerri, which I pray that he should advertise so that we can be patronizing him anytime we're in town. You know? So the problem is not these individuals. Look at Ekpa was not born during the war. He was born after the war. After many years, why will somebody of that nature come up again with separation? Because the country has no working document that guarantee your citizenship, your right of survival, your right of aspiration. That is, look at what happened in Taraba today. How they had us killed farmers, and tomorrow we are talking of lack of food here. Is anybody doing anything about it? Nothing. The insecurity is increasing on daily basis. So the problem is not these individuals. We have to sit on the right round table. I am a proponent of this constitutional conference to restructure Nigeria, to make it a living place for all, a workable place for all, where things are done based on merriment, that you are qualified for it, not based on tribe and religion. As long as Nigeria is not restructured, as long as people do not find hope in Nigeria, aspiration for separation will continue. That's where I submit.
Thank you very much. Dr. Ogi, before I go to you, Ezowa, where are you joining from, please, if you don't mind? Ezowa, yeah. Yeah, can you speak, please? Yeah, I'm addressing. I'm not seeing your name clearly.
Is Ezinne?
Yeah, where are you joining from, please? I'm assuming it's Nigeria.
From Zoo.
Huh?
Yes. From
Right.
Zoo, so to speak.
Okay, you have 5 minutes, right? You're joining from Zoo. Okay, no problem. So
If you see where
shall it be on to you. The floor is here. You got 5 minutes.
I have a question to ask. If somebody can answer me the question, please.
Go ahead.
Can I ask?
Try.
Yeah,
go ahead.
So, what a crime have Simon Ekpa committed? I mean, because I don't know the crime that he has committed. Yes,
okay.
sir.
Let me read from you what I read earlier from the.
Not what you read. No, sir. Sorry, sir. I didn't want what they wrote because they wrote it with the little experience that they had. Can you hear? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You asked a question, and I'm reading out. If you don't want me to read it out to you, maybe somebody else have an answer for you.
No.
So
you're not getting what I want to say. What I need, because I don't need what they wrote on the book or what they wrote on any platform. I need something that he has done to any one of us around this table.
Oh, okay. Does anyone is related to him or personally know him and he's done anything to you guys? Can you people speak or forever hold your peace? So I take it that nobody's answering. So he hasn't done anything to anyone directly, but indirectly, I don't know. So your point is, please.
Okay, what of the indirectly, please?
Can I answer that from
Yeah, go
somebody
ahead,
from the
man of prestige.
southeast?
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll pause this time. Go ahead, man of prestige.
Can I answer it?
Man of
Yes,
prestige,
sir. You can go on,
Go
sir.
ahead.
Okay, thank you very much.
I'm ready to.
In my own
to hear
opinion,
you
he
out.
has committed a lot of atrocity to my people because the seat at home, it may not be all crime in the whole southeast that is killing my people or killing my people. But Simon Ekpa is a big contributor to it. The seat at home, has contributed to the death of my people. So that's a crime for humanity.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for answering the question. For that sit at home, sir, I think, if I may say, since
Can I answer you?
can you hear me out?
Hold on. Can I add
KJ, let him finish. KJ, let him finish.
I want to add to what Man of Precision have said. Sir, with due respect to you, if you come here and begin to ask that question, you seem to be making all of us look stupid. Now, the people who charge him to court are not Nigerians. So the issue of trying to play it down or make it look as if it is one-sided is not, it's not appreciated. Why do I say that? We all, and I've said on this channel, I don't like his method, but I cannot blame him because I can't do what he's doing. Now, put that aside. The place where he has been charged to is a place where we know he can get justice. There's not going to be any hanky-panky. If he puts his case through, he will. If he's true with what he's saying, in alignment with the constitution of the country, he will be set free. So let's not, doing that will not help us. If you have a point, put it forward. But they have charged him, and it's not based on tribe. They're not saying because it's Igbo, they're charging him now, or he's from the southeast. That is the country prosecuting officers feel that he has gone against their own constitution. Simple. If he is free or if he's not guilty, they will, with due respect, release him. Let's not go that direction. Just do what you want to say. Thank you.
So another one, please, for the answer to my big brother. You said you have caused because of the sit at home, you have savaged many people. You have make hunger to destroy many people. I think that's what you mean. Can you hear me, sir? Am I coming out, please?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead. Your time is running.
So, but if I may say, as I'm here in the zoo, I've never seen somebody since that 2021 till date somebody died because of hunger, because of the sit at home. I didn't see food to chop. That is the answer to what you said. To show you that the sit at home is not affecting anybody because it is only affecting the government itself. And another thing, and my question, and my next question is this: since that 2021 till date, how many IDP camp did we have in Nigeria, and how many do we have, especially in Biafra land, please? If somebody can answer me, please.
Does anybody have an answer to his question, please? I don't know.
I have an answer. I have an answer.
Go ahead.
In the southeast, they were to build an IDP camp in Owerri, which have been destroyed. That is the only one I know.
Okay, among all the 36 states in Nigeria. So, sorry, sir. Because why I'm asking this, because the way that we all addressing Mr. Simon is like he have done what somebody have never done in this life, of which he is fighting for both me and you, even if you like it or not. Even though, let's assume And let me say, by the grace of God, if possible that it later come out of his hand, will you celebrate the freedom or you'll be against the freedom? As we still against him today, the point of death like this. Are we going to celebrate with him or celebrate the freedom? If possible, they give it to us through him. I don't know if
Thank
someone
you
can
very
say
much.
something.
Your time, 5 minutes is up. You have 30 seconds, please.
Yes, sir. If somebody can answer the question, please.
Let me answer that last question if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. His time is up. So
So I don't believe he's a capable leader. For one, he's
So,
very obnoxious and very stubborn, arrogant. I mean, with that kind of mentality, he can lead you. He can be a good leader because all he's after is for his own benefit. He's defrauding you gullible people. I don't need to include it. But all the one people supporting him in that narrative of what he's doing, thinking that's going to be actualization of Biafra for about the fourth time and nothing has happened. That's the gullible at the highest level. So he doesn't have the merit to be a leader.
thank you very much.
okay, sir. Which
Thank
means
you.
that we should
Your time
part.
is up. Ezra, your
Let me
time
say,
is up, please. Thank you,
sorry,
please.
sir.
Your
Let me.
time is up. Thank you very much. Thank you. Dr. Agi, we're going to the next topic right now. And this is very serious because we're not here playing. This is a serious issue. You'll be next. Then there are questions I'll pose to you. And please, I'm going to make this announcement. There are people who come on a backstage and sit down and occupy space. I've kicked them out several times. I am going to make this announcement. If you do not desist from that, I will ban you for this broadcast and I will unban you later because you don't want to desist from being in the backstage and your camera off. If you want to come on the platform, then I will bring you in. But if you stay there and I keep kicking you out and you keep coming in, you are disturbing people that wants to come. I am saying this, you will be banned and be unbanned later, just for the purpose of this podcast. So I'm not going to repeat myself again. Thank you. Dr. Agi, as any leader been in exile, I'm reading from the internet, so it's quote and unquote. Since 1990, I'm reading the wrong one. Sorry about that. I'll go up there. Napoleon was exiled to, quote and unquote, please. Napoleon was exiled to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic, where he died of stomach cancer in 1821, age 51. Napoleon is considered one of the greatest military commanders in history, and Napoleonic tactics are still studied at military schools worldwide. Has there been any leader that liberates his people while in exile? Simon Ekpa claimed to be what? To be a government in exile, which is in history. We have it in history. There are people in exile, advocates in exile. But have they liberated their people from this bondage, according to the topic here? Bondage. Let my people go. And we will not deal with the next topic will be the 10 plagues on Nigeria with the hope that the Nigerian government will let the people go. Dr. Agi, the floor is yours, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, and good evening to everyone on the platform. And I'm going to refer to what you said earlier, that you were expecting me. Actually, I wasn't going to be, because I saw the title had something to do with Nigeria, and I'm allergic to anything Nigeria. So I only came in when I saw that the topic is about His Excellency Mazi Simon Ekpa. Again, I'm using this opportunity today to still reiterate that I'm not a spokesman for Mazi Simon Ekpa, neither am I representing Bridgie as a whole. Having said that, you threw a question to me. I'm not here as a historian. I would like to clear some things up. And the things I want to say is about the current situation and things I've heard about the jubilation, about Mazi Simon, Man of prestige. First of all, you claim that they are killing your people, and I know you are not an Igbo man. So your presentation is faulty. Are you an Igbo man? Are you a Biafran? I'm asking, sir, are you a Biafran? Can you? Yes, ma'am. So if you are not a Biafran, which I know you are not, you making that statement is false.
I'm an
You
Igbo
are
man.
kind of.
Hold on. Let me answer your question. I'm a,
Biafran, which I know you.
Can I answer your question?
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Okay, you want
Can I
to
answer
answer
your
the question? Go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, man of prestige.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an Igbo man. As an Igbo man, every Igbo man is a Biafra. So that makes me an Igbo man.
Yeah, Dr.
Having said
Agi,
that, yeah,
okay.
let me go ahead. So what I'm trying to, I'm here because the celebration that everyone saying about, you asked me whether there's a country that has gotten an independence the way his current Biafra agitators under the bridge are going about it. Like
No, that's not my question. My question
okay,
is, has
what's
there
your
been
question?
any leader in exile that liberates his people from exile? That's my
Okay.
question.
That's your question. And
Yes, ma'am.
that is what I said earlier. I'm not here as a historian. I'm here to address the misconception that has, people on platform keep talking about His Excellency, Master Simon Ekpa. So everyone is celebrating his arrest.
Sorry, man of prestige, can you
Man
mute
of
your listening,
prestige,
please?
don't cut me off. You had your
No,
time,
it's
so.
not cutting. He's talking on the phone. Sorry about that. I
Okay,
muted him.
okay.
It wasn't
Okay.
interrupting.
So what I'm here is this. The whole people are celebrating Simon that. And to the best of my knowledge, up to today, some part of Igbo land in Enugu, people are still being killed. And if Mazi Simon, actually, if all of us here are claiming, speaking here, you are concerned about his activity, I don't think the way you guys speak about it, you are saying, most people here, you don't hear anything firsthand, is what people say about him, that. I'm standing here to say today, His Excellency Mazi Simon Ekpa has done well. If he's being questioned, but people are already saying that he's in jail, he's there, that. Even if he's in jail, history will never forget him. Genuine Biafrans will never forget him. He has made his history, which most of us will not make until we pass. This is a young man, under 40 years old. Somebody called him a blogger today, I heard somewhere. He was no blogger. He came out to fight for his people. So he started creating awareness. So even if he's a blogger, it doesn't change a thing. If everything that is being done now, he's being questioned, he's not in jail. If it comes out that he did something, I don't know why we should be crying more than the bereaved. Like some people that I see here, you are not sympathetic. Some of you that are not Biafrans, yeah, I'm going to say it. Some of you that are non-Biafrans, you are weak. You can't fight for your people. You see a young man who should have been doing Oringo, mortgaging his life, putting himself out there, and you are there condemning his act, that he came, he's a this. Someone that doesn't even know anything about agitation is there saying that he's a prime minister of that. All these things are not necessary. Man of prestige said that the people that are donating are gullible. How dare you say that? That's an insult. We are not gullible. I am not gullible. And there are other people like me, older, more educated, more exposed, that are contributing money. They are not gullible. When you use that word, you're insulting us. Stop it. And especially man of prestige, stop it. Simon, you are claiming that they are killing people in Biafra land. The Yorubas are being killed every day. Let's not tribalize this issue. People are being killed all parts of Nigeria. Whether he comes out, whether Biafra comes or not, it's not going to change a thing. Nigeria will get worse. So my question is, what is your solution than focusing on a young man who has gone through a lot? You don't have to like him. We know what envy is all about. Some of you do. And it's okay. That's life. Even siblings do envy each other sometimes. Thank
Dr.
you.
Agi. Before you go, you made some certain statements, I think, which, in my opinion, will not sit well with people, and they would like to throw questions at you. I would like to throw questions at you personally. You said it's gone through a lot. It's envy. You use the phrase envy, if I'm correct. But
Yes.
before I come to you, I open the floor to you. I'll give the opportunity to Dexter and eccentric Casey and Chinos there. Each of you have 3 minutes, please. 3 minutes. I'll start from you, Dexter, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you, electricity. How come everybody got 5 minutes? Now we get 3 minutes.
This
No,
is
but that's
round 2. I know it's just for it to go round. Please, bear with me, please. This is the next one. We're running
okay.
out of
Yeah,
time. I need to hand over to KG as well, too, please.
yeah, that's fine. Well, on the Simon Ekpa issue, well, I think I'm kind of
No,
indifferent.
the second topic is, has any leader been in exile ever liberate? It's Simon Ekpa.
Well, let's be
Liberate his
honest.
people.
Let's be honest. Electricity. Many leaders, many struggles started from leaders in exile. Kwame Nkrumah, not like they were in exile, but Kwame Nkrumah was abroad, before he came back, to Ghana. So many, especially in Africa, many African liberation leaders actually got their schooling abroad, and then they came back. But the question is, what this Simon Ekpa issue? It's a very, very. I mean, we can't say leaders abroad have never. Many of them started abroad and then they came back. Nnamdi Kanu started abroad and now he's back and he's facing persecution. And whether we like it or not, the way the Nnamdi Kanu story is going, I think that's one of the problems the Nigerian government is having. They have created a cult hero, any which way it goes. They have created a cult status for that guy. If they release him, it's a cult status. If he dies, it's a cult status. So and I think that's why many advanced countries they study these kind of things, how to manage terrorism and uprisings. They actually go into deep study of how to manage it. States. I think there's a book on that. How to manage the state. So yes, we have leaders who have been in exile and they come back. We cannot. Human relations is very, very delicate, and I think Nigeria has mismanaged it. And the mismanagement is not from now. The mismanagement is from way back, and I kind of don't understand our hypocrisy when we come on this platform. Many people come, and I hear people talking about what do you call it, about what is happening in the Middle East, and I just wonder how Nigerians feel comfortable talking about what's happening in the Middle East. Meanwhile, that same thing happening in the Middle East is happening at their backyard. And they can't speak about the one that happens at their backyard. And then you have this uprising. I'm thinking we should be thinking of what would be if Nigeria wants to remain an entity that can rise to go to global prominence, then we must be committed to solving the issues that concern us. There is the issue of the Igbo race. There is the issue of the Niger Delta people. Whether we like it or not, there is the problem of the Hausa Fulani. There is the issue of the marginalization in the Middle Belt. These are things that need to be sat down and for the country to make any progress. We can be doing all this, 1 step forward, 50 steps backward. It will go nowhere. Even if Simon Ekpa is arrested, extradited to Nigeria, I can assure you, you have more there will be more uprisings. There will be more, whether we like it or not. Now, for some of us who are maybe some people are outside the country and you're living the good life, and then you are talking, you have to feel the pains of those people. You have to, and the point that I don't think the people are asking for too much. The people are asking for justice, fairness, equity. Many people here are living in countries where they are getting justice, fairness, and equity, irrespective of their race, color, or religion. But in their own home country, they cannot. You now deprive the people in your own home country of that. So I think it's something for the Nigerian state to. If the Nigerian state is really committed, it's something they should study and find out. It's an opportunity to do academic work and find out what is the cause of this problem? How do we manage it? Look at India. India had diversity, but they've managed it. They've been able to, but many countries have diversity, but Many countries go into
Thank
a
you, Esther.
intellectual way of managing it. Thank you, electricity.
Thank you. Eccentric cases, the floor is just please. Thank you.
All right. So you can have leadership in exile. You can have a leader in exile. I think it happened during the Second World War. A lot of leaders and kings left their countries when the Nazi Germany invaded their country, and they were coordinating affairs from overseas. And some of them were successful, they were able to kick out the Nazis. Of course, we know the outcome of the war. But this is what I'm gonna talk about with this Simon Ekpa issues, right? So the issue is these guys, they get a lot of money from donations in their millions, right? These guys make millions without a doubt, right? They make a lot of money, and they have not used that money to do anything positive in the region. So let's say if Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa were really popular, how come they don't have a political party, at least for the region, just for the region? How come they don't have a political party to run all the states in the region in the Biafra land? That should have been the approach. Also, with the money that they've gotten through donations, how come they don't have any social programs? These programs, they could have used it to galvanize the people and actually use it to show the government that, look, with the little money that we have, look at how much we could do for the people. How come with your big budget you can't do this? They're not doing that because these guys, what I'm saying, outside of the whole agitation, because probably they watch Ukraine war, Ukraine conflict, especially Simon Ekpa, his motivation is probably from Ukraine conflict. He's using that model to kind of come up with his own thing. He was talking about insurgency, all the terms that he was using here, all the military terms. Someone comes down the bush, attack the military, and run away. But the thing is, you're not at war, right? You don't have any protection for the people. You don't have bunkers. You know what I'm saying, for your people. The military can just go into any village and kidnap people there and do retribution and kill people, and it happens. And so for those asking like, how come we have a lot of military checkpoints in the east? Well, don't you see the reason why there's military checkpoints? You have Nnamdi Kanu, you have these people running rampage, causing problems. That's why you have military checkpoints. That's why the checkpoints are growing, right? So if these guys were really honest, the IPOB people, they will have social programs. How come they don't have IPOB hospitals? They should have hospitals, for the poor. They should have, they should have places where, they can give out stuff to the poor people. Have a social program. Like, why don't you emulate the Black Panthers, the Black Panther Party? Like, who are they emulating? They don't have anything that they do for the people with all the donations that they've gotten in their millions. They don't have any social programs. To mitigate the effects of inflation in the East. They don't have a political party. At least, if you are running any, a group like that, modeled after, let's say, the Black Panther Party, you should have different sections. One for the political section of it, and then you have the military section of it, and you have all the aspects of it. But you have to actually do something for the people to show that, hey, look at what we're doing. We're proving the government wrong. Like, do something so that way you can compare it. You can say, hey, look at your state government. They're not doing anything for you, but look at how the little bit that we got. Look at how much we're doing for you. We have a dental, we have a mobile dental, dental operations. We have mobile hospitals. How come they don't have all those things? If you have those things without focusing on castigating people from other regions, talking nonsense about Yoruba people and Hausa people, you should be doing it.
Eccentric, thank you very much. Hold on. I'm pausing you. I'll still give you the floor. You made a very valid point. Social, what have they really done with all the donation Simon Ekpa has raised so far? It is a very, very valid argument Eccentric just raised up. And we must not dismiss it. We should have been better with all the donation he has received to have social amenities, items, this and that, than to call for a sit at home. It was here Chidi accused him, or allegedly said he duped people as such. He blocked him. So Eccentric, you raise a very important point. And we're going to start with that. I'll come back to you, Eccentric. Thank you for that. I'll go to KJ. KJ,
Yes,
you
I
have
just want
3
to
minutes.
add. I want to add. I
Oh,
don't
you
even
want
want
to
to take
add
the time.
to
I want
it?
other people. I want to add. So I also want to ask eccentrics. Since you approve of the roadblocks they've been having in Igbo land, what have they done with the 100 million naira they collect from the east from roadblocks since more than 20 years ago till today? What have they
KJ,
done with it? I want you to
KJ,
answer
let
that
me,
question also.
hold on. No, KJ, hold on. Eccentric, hold on. KJ, we are co-moderator, please. I want us to be objective. We are focused. We know the Nigerian government is, I don't want to use words that they said we should not be using on the platform. So asking that question is like asking Tinubu and Akpabio and all these things. But this is someone who is claiming to provide solution.
Okay,
He's claiming to
why
provide
that is why
solution.
that will not be possible. Here's why that will not be possible. It's like running a computer. The motherboard sees everything. Everything emulates from the motherboard. If your motherboard is bad, it can't do anything with your computer. So whatever you're going to build on your computer, it has to do with the motherboard. Now, having said that, is there any system that will run in the East that's going to be different from the overall system already built in the East? If you want to know how this Eastern region have been so bastardized, if I talk about the fact that there are Igbos across the Niger, some people say, the River Niger divides the East, all right? And why do you want to cross the other side and still claim they are Igbos? But the same eastern part, which you said is East, if you look at the Nigerian map, Akwa Ibom and Cross River State are on the other side of the East, but they're not Southeast. If you look at the River Niger, you want to take the River Niger down, you find out that majority of River State is in the East, but they're not called Easterners. So what am I trying to say? I'm simply telling you that right from the onset, there have been the system have been queued to make sure that there is a constant reduction of the land of the East. Now, if you come and say, it is a different thing to say Simon Ekpa is not doing the right thing. Well, you can say that. You are entitled to opinion. I also don't believe, but I have not been able to put to the table the discussion these guys have brought, whether internationally or locally. These discussions must be held, whether you agree with their method or not. You see, it's just a question of time. It will get to everybody. Your children will enjoy it. Me too, I enjoy it. My father enjoyed it. He's no longer here now. He's with the Lord. I am over 50. I'm enjoying it. Okay? My children will enjoy it unless I discuss it. Because the things you do not deal with in your time, during your children's time, they become monster. They become, then on the third generation, it becomes a principality that will follow you. So what are we simply saying? If the guy is not using the right method, it's okay. Let us put forward a method that can work for everybody. The same thing they were saying. Nnamdi Kanu is not, he's too rash, he's too this, he's too that. If I would clap, they were offering all kinds of solutions until Nnamdi Kanu was incarcerated. Every other person have been bringing their beautiful Harvard, structured argument. We didn't see them again. They all disappeared until this boy, Simon Ekpa, came to the scene. Then the machinery rose again. The thing that even makes me so frightened is the fact that certain individuals in the East are celebrating. What are you celebrating?
But what has it got to do with what he does with the money?
Hold your fire. You have your time. You think that anytime it comes to the nitty-gritty, you'll be spared? If you want to ask, go find out. My uncle came back from the north when the war started. Okay? They didn't say, oh, you are Alhaji, you live in Jos, you are one of us, remain here. No, if not for what he knew, he would have died in the north. So what am I simply saying? If he comes, we don't need to go far to even look at the example. Right here in Lagos, just the last election, everybody was fair and beautiful was called Inyamri, you are Iboni, Omo Ibo. So whether you like it or not, you can play ostrich, you can do whatever. I'm not advocating for violence in the first place. But if you say you have a better process of achieving, for us to sit down, nobody, and
Thank you, KJ.
Hold on, 1 minute. This is my last point.
All right.
Nobody's advocating for a breakup of of Nigeria. But there are countries like Estonia. There are countries that are more than 2 million, that are less than 2 million people. They are existing. The world have not swallowed them up. They are still living, and they're living a better standard of those of us who are living in 230 countries. Let's get off this nonsense. Thank you.
Okay. KJ, thank you for that. The point eccentrically raised, you see, I think I've made this argument before that to gain sympathy, people have to develop their region to ever gain sympathy, either world sympathy or this and that. And Simon Ekpa has raised quite a lot of money. So the question is, has he put back this money into the people he claimed? This is not the entire Nigeria. We know Nigeria is corrupt. We can't argue that. We're not here to argue that. Has he put back, based on what the eccentric raised, has he put it back to help his own people? Fofana, the floor is yours. You got 3 minutes.
No,
Thank
can
you.
I just one more? Let me put that, and I will after
No,
that, I'll
no.
speak no more, please. Just 1 minute. Look, in my primary school, I contributed 1 kobo to South Africa in liberation. I sitting here, and it's not. I mean, my primary school was in the 80 toward the end of the 80s. Okay, now did South Africa use it? The ANC used it to develop South Africa. They put it in the struggle. So when we say has he put, on what platform is he going to put it back? On what platform is it going? Is it the same platform on which now they are being attacked every day? That they are even formed, groups and giving them different names.
Okay. KJ is frozen, so I think some things are conspired against it. Fofana, the floor is yours. 3 minutes.
Yeah, that was a straightforward question about money, and they want to bamboozle our people. See, in terms of this matter, it's very simple. It's not about being rejoicing that some other Nigerian is in jail. I value every Nigerian person's hair, and not to mention their life. But if somebody is causing problem within the communities, you have to call that person out. And I think we as a people have lost track of what truly matters. What truly matters are our people on the ground, whether they have a chance to survive, whether your children have a chance to survive. And why do we pretend? We watch TV every day, we see what is going on in the world, we pretend as if we don't see it, as if that is not going to come to haunt us someday. When Oyibo came and took everything from us, did they announce it for us? They were there until they found their way into our lands. They didn't know, but now they know we are there. They came and they left for a bit. What makes you think they are not going to come back? America that you see today, they came and they left for a bit. America that you see today, the native Indians, they didn't become a tiny population. I think about 2 to 3% of the population now overnight. They had progressive period where they had good relationship with the white people. Then when the white people get stronger, they come and take the rest. They come and take more. Every time they get stronger, they take more. You look at Israel now. Israel is taking more land. This is how it works in life. You get weaker, you pay. Make no mistake, you will pay. If you think what I'm saying here, I'm just a man mounting up, you will pay, you like it or not. If you keep playing this game you are playing, the consequences will come and you don't control anything. Whether it's Igbo land, Southwest, Northwest, all of them, you will lose it all. And you've lost it all before. God gave you a second chance that he didn't give the Native Americans, that he didn't give the Australians or the New Zealanders. They gave you another chance. And you want to squander it fighting all these petty fights. When you watch TV every day, you see people launching missiles that can separate in the middle of the air. Hypersonic missile, the one that Russia fired yesterday, was 11 times the speed of sound. And you want to be playing this game of slaughtering your own people left and right, when you should be educating them and kitting them up with technology. When you should be fighting to build. You want to fight your own. It's not going to get you anywhere. What you are fighting for, you're not going to get it anyway. You don't even own it now. I don't know. This is madness, a form of madness. You don't control it now. What you should be fighting for is taking it back from people that took it from you. Find a way. Find the people that you are going to work with around this world, because those people are big. Those people they are numbering in the billions. They are not small 30 million people in Nigeria here and there. No, they are in the billions. And You're not going to separate the North from the South. They're not going to agree, make you go your own way. You're just wasting time, giving those people enough time to come back and finish the job. Because if I was them, I would do the same thing. No, nobody gives anybody free lunch in this world. Because if they can feed their people with more money, they will do it. And you know it. You are going to do the same too. If you get the chance, if you get the power, you are going to do the same thing. And they are going to do it to you. If we carry on like this is a warning. We have to wake up. We face a serious threat out there. If we keep playing this game, we are going to lose everything that we've got. Thank you.
Thank you. Before I go to Man of Prestige, hold on. There are two people that just joined, Chinoze Ndubisi and Mr. OT. So, KJ, your system froze, so we couldn't hear you anymore. So, please, gentlemen, I beg your indulgence. I'll go to Chinoze and OT because every one of us has spoken. Then I'll come back to Man of Prestige. Eccentric case, you'll be the one to speak last because you raise the issue up. So, okay, it's left. Oh, it's there. It's a righteous man that left. So, Chinoze, the floor is yours. I'll give you 5 minutes, please. The time is yours. The floor is yours for 5 minutes.
I thought it's my turn.
No. Hold on. You spoke. I just want those who have not spoken before to speak, please. I just want those who have not spoken. Chinoze, the floor is yours.
I greet the house. Good evening, everybody. All protocol exists. I stand on it. My name is Chinoze Ndubisi. I'm from Anambra State. In Anambra, I'm from Ehiala. That is where I'm from, in Anambra State. I have worked as a commander of a 2 group in Anambra and in the state. I have worked as overall commander of Ehiala Vigilante. I have also worked as a member in Anambra State Vigilante. I left Nigeria in 2022, precisely November 15. Before I left, sit at home is going on. Before I left, killings is going on. I could have died in the hands of Nigeria Army, where I am on a duty for Nigeria and the so-called Anambra State. I could have died on a day that we are on patrolling, that our DPO asked us to join them on task force patrolling. For me to come out from my house to get to Ehiala roundabout could have been where I could have met my death in the hands of Nigeria Army, because of we are coming with Siana. Why I mention my name fully and from here for those who are listening in the southeast to know who is talking. They know me as Hitler. That is how they know me, when I was in duty in the Anambra State and here local government. That day, for me to come out with Siana, with 6 guys that we are armed, the Fulani army, let me put it in that way, want to open a fire before the commander said, stop, they are a member of a vigilante. They are coming to join us for this task force. They show that we are going on it. Even that the commander in Ehiara quickly recognized us, these guys could have just wasted me that particular day. And when they wasted me, they will target Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu ESN. I am a living witness. I said I left just 2022, November 15 is when I left, September 15, when I left. When I run because Soludo come in power. I was among people who he called to come and join Dead Man Squad in Anambra State. What is the work of Dead Man Squad in Anambra State? For them to go house to house and pick anybody. If you know that you can point hand that this person is agitating for Biafra. If any young guy passes and he defines as a Biafra, gets him, they will waste him. I am a living witness. That's why I mentioned where I am from, because what's the life in Nigeria? If you are a Nigerian, you don't have a life unless you are in abroad. And a lot of atrocity has happened. About Asawan of Asred Okobo, have you asked where did they work? We have catched when I was in the Nigeria, working with Nigeria. We have catched Asawana boys who come from all the way from Bayelsa to come and kidnap our people and say they're Biafran people and take them home. We have a counter with them. When they bring them to station, they later discharge them because of what? People that they have shoot somebody, one of us, on the leg. Finally, when we catch them and bring them to a station, they later free all of them. But if any Igbo young man catches with a flag, they will take him. If you are in Anambra, if you have anybody missing, because I have worked with them, then they will take you from Anambra down to Bayelsa prison, so nobody can locate you. And this is a country that we all of us who sit on a powder of gun bullets, and we are talking about Simon. Let me come back to Simon. If nobody has used Biafra government in exile to get Biafra, somebody will use the other alternative that did not, if plan A did not work for me, plan C work for the other person. If Simon decided that the way he will get his own freedom by maintaining what Ojukwu said that the Biafra he fought for and fell will come from diaspora. That is what Ojukwu said. And before Ojukwu died, we know that his last wishes is Ojukwu last wishes is what? Let my people go where? Go to Biafra. For all of us who are seated here have never raised one opinion on how to stop what is happening in Southeast. For IGP camp, if not for Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, by now we could have no longer have a family. Thank you. I rest my case.
Thank you very much. You made a very strong allegation in respect to the Asawanas from Bayelsa State, which I am from, which I'm very much aware. What evidence do you have? Because you said they came to kidnap the IPOB people from Bayelsa State. What evidence do you have to support that, please? It's just a hearsay?
No, I said that we are on a duty. And the way they are normally come, they come with Venza, or they come with Venza and 3 helos. This is how they entered. When we have this counter between, for those who are in Anambra, you will know where they call between Ebuoma in Imo State and the Anambra Government University. When they come out, we approach them because I am working with a DPO under him. So we met them. And when we start interrogating them, who are you? Who give you Sienna? The whole young boys. We will open the motor. Now, AK-47 and pump action. That is where we have to drag them from there to area command Oka and let us free all of them. When we find, what are you here for? They said that they are sending them to get those who are fighting against Nigeria, those who call themselves the Biafra people. That's why I said, my name is Chinon Sondubisi. I'm from Anambra. I worked for confined 5 years as a commander of a vigilante.
I'll take that as an allegation.
Asawana is among those who kill people in Biafra land.
Okay, I'll take that as an allegation. Okay, we're not going to spread that propaganda on this platform. Oti, the floor is yours. You got 5 minutes, please. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm clear enough.
Very clear, and your time starts now, please. Thank you.
Right. Where to start? Anyway, the first thing to say is this: what is going on? What is happening? A figure like Simon Ekpa and the disturbances, the mayhem. These are symptoms. Okay. Symptomatic of a failed system. And Okay, of course, we're talking about the Southeast. Okay. Is a failure of, first of all, those governing in charge of the Southeast. Okay. Because if they know their job, if they do the right thing, we shouldn't have the crisis we have, the killings. There's no reason why that should be the case. What is governance about? What is political authority? They have. What are they doing with that? And also, the people, another set of people to blame is well, again, focusing on the First East. Those of us that KJ here, myself, and every other Igbo person, we are to blame. And because it's our failure, that is what gives rise to Simon Ekpa and his followers. So now the thing is this: a national liberation struggle or movement or whatever you want to call it is everybody, any nation, any group of people are entitled to that. That shouldn't be a problem. So from what NDBC is saying here, you just ask yourself, for a governor of a state, and I mean, if what he's saying is correct, if what he said, that the governor should be hunting young men and young women, identifying as Biafrans, kind of agitating for Biafra. That is their right. That is, they should be protected. It's a conversation that ought to be had. So why should any legitimate authority be against that? Okay, so again, that goes back to what I said is our problem. What is going on is symptomatic of a failed system. Now, okay, let me talk about, we're talking about money, people who are donating money. Well, I don't know why anybody should really be concerned about that, So this money, I have not contributed a penny to it. And if I have not made any contribution, why should I be asking questions about what that money is used for? It's, Simon Ekpa and his, followers, they're not government. They're not any constituted authority. They don't have any responsibility, except those they choose to carry. Okay? So, in terms of, as I said, is Nigeria as a country, and then they think Biafra is that problem. No, they're making a mistake. As I said, not just the Easterners, the Igbos, the Biafrans, whatever you want to call them, every other group of people, every other nation in Nigeria is well entitled to ask for some form of, if like, political and cultural expression, and nationality, not necessarily independence, full independence, or political sovereignty. Okay, but nothing stops them from going as far as that. So, and forefathers, it's just very much like you. Okay, this thing about people are gonna, yes, there's a risk in the world. It's out there. We know that. But charity begins at home. I mean, there are no two ways about it. You can't get around it. It doesn't matter how much preaching you make. If two are not in agreement, they cannot work together. Plain and simple. Okay? So we have to have that conversation. So the mistake, what I see what is going on. You see, look, let me talk about someone ever. By the way, my opinion of him is this. He cannot be my leader. Okay, for one thing. I don't care how passionate he is about the cause he's fighting. I'm an Igbo man, and I might also call myself a Biafran, and I feel entitled to proper representation. To actually have as a member of that nation, to have full. I mean, the full. It's like the opportunity to live a life that suits me, okay, and not to have anybody, any group of any nation, any state, to really be an impediment to my development, to my self-expression, my self-fulfillment.
The time is up. Thank you very much. 5 minutes is up.
Sorry, 5 minutes already.
Yes, 5 minutes. Oti, you made some statements that what he does with the money doesn't concern anybody.
Yes.
If I'm wrong, tell me. If I'm quoting you wrong, tell me I'm quoting you wrong. This is somebody who is going to be or claim to be self-acclaimed, or he was voted as Prime Minister of Biafra. And you, OT, you are saying what he does with people's money is
Okay,
not
the question.
important.
Can I clarify that? Let me emphasize,
Please,
underline.
no, I need you to clarify it, please. Before
Okay, let me clarify. Okay,
clarify it. I'll give you 30 seconds. Please.
First of all, I mean, are you arrogating? Are you accepting, his self-proclamation or his self-identity? He is a claim he's making.
Okay, that's not the point.
No.
That's not the point.
I'm answering the question. You can't tell me what is the point.
Go ahead.
The point is this. Look, people are donating money to him, okay? And by the way, have you recognized him as a prime minister in exile to start with? So why do you expect him? Why do you hold him responsible or accountable for whatever, for the money he's collecting? Do you accept his claim to be a prime minister? I don't recognize him. I said he's not my leader. So if people give him money, why should I look up to him to use that money for whatever good? I mean, we have to be consistent. That's the problem. We like moral clarity. It's part of our problem, really. So the mistake he's making is this: you cannot, want to do something good by using a wrong method. Okay, you cannot. It's not by political violence. It's not by intimidation. That is wrong. You can't go anywhere with that. It doesn't seem to me to be very intelligent. I have to say this. I mean, it's not. It's all this gara, this showman business. Where is the seriousness? Come on.
Thank you. Your 30 seconds is up. The man of prestige, the floor is yours, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Electricity. Before I proceed, my brother Chin is here and to be said, I empathize with what you went through. I have no jurisdiction to to doubt what you said. That's what you went through. Whether it's correct or it's not correct, I mean, you sound very believable, and I condemn what you went through. That, having said that, it's a very wrong thing that was perpetuated to you and the people of the southeastern Nigeria. So the question here is that what is Simon Ekpa doing with the money that he has been raising? Because if you go to the platform, which I have been, but I've never comment. Like I said, I made a little bit of comment a long time ago. I was banned, so I never really cared to comment. But they raise money quite frequently, so I don't know the amount he has raised. But having said that, so in my own opinion, it has to be two things. Neither he's using the money, affording the money for his own benefit, or he's using it to buy gun that is killing my, that's perpetuating the killing of my people. I mean, that's the only two theory I can come up with. I have no fight to back up, but in my own opinion, that's how I see it.
I have an idea of what he's doing with the money. I have an idea.
Hi, are you a member?
Chinese, can you please, man of prestige, if you are using your time to interact with him, that's fine. But once it's 5 minutes, it's 5 minutes.
That's the way I can see
it. I thought he's asking a question.
Either be this or this. But if anybody has any other information, because I cannot further anywhere anything that he's doing with the money they're giving him. But that's beside the point. I think the issue I have in the visit is this sit at home. That is not it's a wrong methodology. That's what I'm saying. That's not the right method. Because the sit at home has contributed to the demise of my people in the Igbo land. I mean, nobody can come here and tell me that the sit at home has not contributed to the mayhem going on. I'm not going to say here and say that he's the only one perpetuating, whether the government or otherwise, is perpetuating some of it. But he's one of them. It's a wrong method. Okay? Because when he came here the last time, he sounded very arrogant and narcissistic. If you don't say what he wants, if you're a leader, if you're a true leader, like you said, he's not my leader. I mean, if you crown him your prime minister, I did not crown him my prime minister, okay? But there's nothing wrong with what he's agitating for. That's my point. I'm not against what he's agitating for. But the method by he's doing it, I mean, you are defeating the purpose. I mean, if you be calling for, you be sitting at home for, is it about 2 or 3 years right now, maybe 2 years at least. and nothing has happened. Why not change the method? I mean, every year he keep on promising you that Biafra is going to be actualized. To my own recollection, this is about the third or the fourth time. So the problem is that when you show me who you are for the first time, I believe you, whether you're a good person or you're a bad person. So he has shown me that he hasn't exemplified to be a good leader. Of course, to you, but not mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm going to give.
Let me contribute and go.
Do good. Yeah, do good. You're supposed to be the next, but hold on 1 second. Where is Chi? Okay, Dim Ozema is joining us from Nigeria. I will give you the floor. You have 5 minutes, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Dim.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I hear you. Yes. As you see me now, I'm since over 2 weeks, you didn't see light in this country. See how all of you now, they enjoy light there. But I use my candle to
you guys are using it to mock me.
How long did you use the candle? No, I didn't mock you. I just on my candle to you to see my face.
Dim, go ahead. He's only joking. It's from Nigeria too. It's in Nigeria too.
Okay.
He's only joking.
No, my brother, I'm not saying you are lying. I'm just saying electricity. They are mocking us. Each time they call me, each time I come to the platform, they say, "Oh, righteous man no get light." I say, these people are they using this thing to mock me?
No, nobody's mocking you, righteous man.
No problem. That is the only thing that what I want to contribute on this issue of Simon Ekpa and his arrest is not and let me clear some air. This sit at home, everybody are clamoring, sit at home is do this and that. Is people that benefit in sit at home that are clamoring. We are poor people that are living in Nigeria. We are not clamoring. What we need is good government. What will benefit us? What will make us, our children, as you see me now, as you see me, anytime I am praying, anytime my leg just enter any country, Europe country, nothing will make me come to Nigeria again. I will tell people, my people who live in Nigeria, sell my land, sell my property. I will not come there. If I die there, I die there. That is the only thing that I would think. Forget about all these people are complaining, sit at home. We need them. We need more than sit at home. We need more. Something we had, something we hit that this country. These people are leading us. Look at how I carry my candle. I light my candle. You are looking for me now. You want to see my face. But if you see, I have seen everybody's face here now, but I can't see my face because everywhere is dark. Heat can kill you. If you want die, die. We need that sit at home. We need somebody like Simon Ekpa 100 times in this country. We need people we talk, they will hear. I'm reading today. I see where what is his name? I mean chief are celebrating. What are we celebrating? Simon Ekpa is in Finland. People is doing something in Nigeria. They are in Nigeria. It can't feel your food soldier cannot enter the people they are doing something. You are finding Simon Ekpa who is in Finland. Your soldier cannot reach where men's day. How many they cannot. What all these soldiers you are bringing in this southeast? You cannot ask them, where did you see? How did the job go? How did the job goes? Please, what I am telling everybody here is, Simon Ekpa is not our problem. Our problem is bad government. Our problem is we need people will do something so that if you come here in Nigeria or you come here in Biafra, I will be proud. I cannot be proud of Nigeria. I have told people anything will make me enter any type of Europe, even if not the one where people know they go, I go. I go read. If I read there, nothing go carry me on Nigeria again. Nigeria is a pure, that is hellfire. Nigeria is a hellfire. Nigeria is not a country. It's a hellfire. Everybody like this my brother now. They tell me say he get hotel from over the state. How many people they enter there? How many people? Is it not some people who gather some small money will enter there? Poor person can he afford the money to enter a hotel?
Thank you very much.
Since when them born me, I couldn't. I can't. Now local hotel. Now no fit enter big hotel. Now who give me the money? Who dash monkey? Thank you everybody. Please.
May God answer your
Somebody
prayer.
is not our problem. Oh.
Okay, all right, thank you. Do good. The floor is yours, please. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you all. Let me just conclude because I want to go back to work. We've raised a lot of points here. Like I always say, let me borrow the words from another guy I call Mayegun. And the word is this: break it up to save lives. We can all pretend here as if when Nigerians, we don't like ourselves. Let us be honest. Electricity, I speak Yoruba fluently. It was more like I was born in Yoruba land.
Okay, sorry, I paused your time. Sorry, I paused your time. Thank you. For the record, I'm not Yoruba. I speak fluently. I'm from Bayelsa State.
Okay.
Just for the record. Thank you very much. The floor is back.
Oh, sorry about that.
No offense.
Sorry about that. All right. So, like I was saying, we should stop this pretense. We don't like ourselves. Let's be honest. The only reason why it's kind of died down now until this Simon Ekpa things came up was because of Chidima additional or whatever something. Do you know when that guy was going through that thing? Another people who call themselves the Yoruba Ronukus, they were colliding with South Africans to bash this girl. Now that she's finally won, all of them, as usual, they played conspiracy of silence. So we can pretend, we can run away. We can all live abroad and think, and our children, and think we are just, I don't know, we are just destroying our generation. I'm a proponent of. I used to be a proponent of that Nigeria because of my diversity. I was able to, but with the people that have captured power now, my brother, like Mayagu will say, break it up and save lives. We can, like I said, we can pretend all what you like. And now coming back home to Southeast, those my Igbo brothers that are saying sit at home or it's not a problem. I came back home since 2011 and I set up a business so that I can, because I believe that if you can have more hands working, there'll be less crime, I can tell you for the past almost 2 years now, I can't tell you I'm making headway in the business. I'm not making profit, but I don't mind. I don't want to close it down. I want people to, my joy is I see them come to work every morning, every day, and then at the end of the month, they get paid. But in the system where the government, just ask me, I remember when we were in primary 5 or was in They taught us 5 basic things of life. I remember shelter, water, roads, education, and electricity. Which one has Nigeria provided? None. You will provide your own borehole. You use sumo electricity to pump your sumo. These people will, electricity people will come and be billing you on ridiculous bills. And at the end of the day, you all these things you are doing it just to sustain your business and pay your workers. The country is not working, and believe me, it can never work. It has never worked, and it can never work. Let us break it up. People every time we bring up this issue of going our ways, people think it's only the only way we can go our ways is by fighting or this. Like I already said, I'm an Igbo man. I was a Biafran before they made me a Nigerian, and I will always remain a Biafran. So whether we like it or not, like I said, I've embraced the other culture, and 2023 exposed me to a lot of things that made me believe no, we cannot live together. And if you don't like ourselves, there's no point holding on to because I know I'm in Ireland today. They have their differences, especially when they come to sports, when they are playing against each other. But when they come to that thing, that bring them together, they will tell you, I'm Irish. So I'm an Igbo man. We have Arewa, we have the Yoruba. Okay, let me just conclude. Recently, was it the last year or what? We had some Odua people that invaded the local government in your state.
Thank you very much.
Up till now, we haven't heard anything about them. But if you see, when the Southeast, they will roll tanks to go and clear everywhere. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Before you go, you said Mayugo, quote unquote, break it up and save lives. Would that be correct?
Yeah. I do follow him.
We're going to conclude with this topic, and this is how it's about solution. So, how do we break the country up? And after breaking it up, how will it save life, please? How do we break it up? Hold on, no, it's not your turn. It's not your turn. You just finished speaking. Let me see. Let me take down this. I will go to where's KG has left. Okay, I will start with you, Oti. You got 3 minutes because there's another broadcast after this.
Right.
You essentially, I'll give you more time. I'm taking you last.
Right.
How do we break it up, and how does it save life?
It's quite simple.
Okay.
Decentralization.
You got 3 minutes. I'm strict with time now, please.
Okay. Decentralization. Okay. There's too much power at the center in the hands of one man. This man they call Mr. President.
Okay, Oti, stop there. I'm going to stop you, please. I pause your time. The question is, we know this decentralization has been proposed. All solutions have been proposed. How do we achieve this? If there's nothing that has not been proposed, including government reducing spending, what is that, report or whatever it is, how do we break it up now, as at now, please? Your time starts again now. Thank you.
Look, you see, but that's a solution. So now the question is, how do we actually implement it? Okay, because Nigeria is a country, is a state. Some people have power. Okay, and if those that with power would want to do the right thing, those that are governed, that are oppressed, perhaps they have to seek self-help. And that is the only logical, that is the logical alternative. I mean, we have to tell ourselves the truth. If those in power, the lawmakers and those in the executive branch, knowing the right thing, but because invariably the chaos, the instability, the confusion, the lawlessness is benefiting them, or at least some of them. Some people are benefiting from this madness going on in Nigeria. Okay? When they talk about some people stealing petroleum, can you imagine that? Okay? So the government that is in power, if it is not governing in the interest of the people, what do the people do? I think the answer is quite clear. At some point, it has to come
What's the answer? What's
Sorry?
the answer? What's the answer?
Self-help.
You said
self-help.
Self-help. What
Yes.
what sort of self-help?
What me to?
Don't be afraid to speak. What
No,
sort of
I'm not being
self-help?
afraid, but I mean they have to say
Okay,
everything.
so
for you
what
to-
was the self-help
I
you're
don't have
talking
to see.
about?
Look, you see, okay. You know, at some point it will no longer be sustainable. Are you with me? Okay. So the people will be out on the street.
Okay.
The regime will fall,
So revolution in a nutshell.
if you like.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes, that one. But
I go to you. Thank you. Your time is up. Thank you very much. Where is this? Chinoze, you have 3 minutes, please. Your time is starting now.
I want to apologize for something. Somebody said the last time I was here, I was arrogant. This is who I am because I am pained within my heart because of what I passed through in Nigeria before I left. That is it. So I don't want people to misunderstand me. This is me talking. I don't look something I can't say in your front. I won't say it to your back. What Nigeria needs is breakup. Breakup is what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, what Ojukwu clamor for he fell, Owazwike clamor for he fell. Simon Ekpa has come and the man is Nnamdi Kanu. If you tell yourself truth, let you and I join hand with them and break Nigeria up. If you come out tomorrow for a victory in Nigeria, there will be more blood. That is why Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu should sit at home for you to be your home and the country will collapse. Let me give you an example. In front of office when we are working, if they give you a job to go any place arrest with your Hausa man, you will say no. Nigeria has been break. It's only we in the social media here are here pretending. If they share work now and said the Igbos, Southeast people match them up with Fulanese, Hausas in military, they always have a divide. And also we, even in common area like here, if they match me up with somebody I don't know, I will say I'm not going, because I am going, I'm afraid. I didn't trust him. So the only option we have here, my tell ourselves truth, is that the only thing we'll never ask of Nigeria is break up. Let us join these people that in the forefront. That Simon Ekpa, who is a Perima, who is this? Everybody is calling him. Let us join him and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and said, no, we don't want Nigeria again. Start the campaign today. Start on your own platform. That is how we will do it.
Thank you very much for that. Onyebuchi Oscar, you just joined us. You have 3 minutes, please. The floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Okay, good evening all. So I have one question for every one of us. Many people are saying, I am Igbo, I am Biafra. I want to ask a question. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir, we're hearing you. Ask your question. We
Okay.
have
I'm an Igbo man. I'm an Igbo man from Anambra State. Nde will precise you. So what did Igbo want? That is, who can answer the question? What did Igbos want in this country, even in their life?
Equality.
Can somebody answer me?
Equality.
I can answer it.
Huh?
Okay, just
Equality.
one word. Righteous myself, equality. Oti, what do you have to say?
Fair
One
play.
word, please.
Fair play. Level playing field.
Fair level playing field. Does that answer satisfy you, or you want something else?
No, I don't believe that. If you see me, you can see I'm using one of my phone to show my face.
Okay.
We are so let's say that each Nigerian is tired of this country. Igbo people want to go. Let us go. Before election 2023, they were saying B2B. Most of us here supported B2B. But all I know is that Igbo man cannot leave this country. Let them allow us to go. Let us support Simon Ekpa. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was doing this thing, they were against him. Now he's in dungeon now, DSS now. everybody is calling him angel, condemning Simon. Let me tell you people, Simon is not the one killing people in the southeast. There is one woman I watched on YouTube also. The woman was saying that they have made every inquiry and find out that this Nigerian government, Nigerian army, and started to occupy people, that there are people that are killing Igbos. And they are using it against Simon.
Electricity.
We want to go. Let them allow us to go. If Igbos continue in this country, Igbo cannot rule this country. Believe it or not.
Please.
No Igbo man can rule this country. Believe it or not.
All right.
Thank you.
Oti, no, you can. Thank you very much. No, hold on, Oti, we don't have much time. There's another podcast coming up. So, Eccentric, I will give you the floor. Please go ahead.
All right. So,
Listen, why are you bypassing me? You will. People have gone twice.
I'll come to you. Righteous. Okay, Eccentric, hold on 1 second. Righteous man, you got 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, Cedric, please, there are some statements you made that are not right, because I live in Nigeria and I travel across the board. You see, the military checkpoint did not start because of IPOB. Okay, they used to take cars from me from Lagos to Port Harcourt and Akwa Ibom. It's not something of today. The road to the east had been militarized, and it had become a money-making venture for those in uniform, not because of IPOB. It has been there for long. So get your statistics well. Number two, in the course of freedom fighting, any money raised there is not used for the developmental project of the people. That is not the vision. Whoever that is a freedom fighter does not go to youth school in the village. They use that money purposefully to execute their plan, because you are asking what is he using the money for. If you read books, How We Conquered, you will see it there. Nobody has ever been a freedom fighter that used the resources to build schools or hospitals. It's not a political party. It's not a charity organization. They are freedom fighters. Then coming to the solution to Nigeria. The solution to Nigeria is restructuring. Nigeria must be restructured. If Nigeria is not restructured, in 50 years to come, children that we have today will face worse than what we are facing today. There is no equality in Nigeria. Things are not done based on merriment, based on your qualification. Tribalism and religion have destroyed the fabric of the society called Nigeria. If you watch Arise Network this night, the man that appeared there was, I think, he's the Secretary General of the Arewa Consultative Forum. Everything he was saying was for the benefit of the North, The anchor person now asks him, are you only interested in what happens to the North and the rest of Nigeria should perish? That is a political leader. That is a religious leader. So all this one we talk here, trying to make sure that we buttercoat everything, Nigeria should be good. These people at the helm of affairs are not interested. They are regional leaders. They want Nigeria to be one nation, but whatever that comes out, their interest is on their region first. That is just the bitter truth. Nigeria is not working. And to make it work, it must be restructured. It's a must. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Eccentric, your voice here. Thank you.
Okay, so let's see here. All right. So the military checkpoints in the east, right? It wasn't as rampant as it is right now, right? The reason is because of the insurgency, right? If you believe that it's not the insurgency in the region, you are wrong. You're just not being honest. Also, there is a method that these guys are using. It's self-fulfilling prophecy, right? You cannot identify any case of oppression of Igbo people. Like, there's no targeting of Igbo people anywhere in Nigeria. There is no the government themselves, the federal government doesn't have any policy, any program that's targeting Igbo people. None of that. And
shut up, my friend.
Who is that? No. Who is that? Who said shut up?
I'm sorry. He's still good. I'm sorry about that, but the guy is so
Okay.
No,
No.
he,
Don't
he,
do that. No,
it's an
it has
insult on
this.
me.
No, it's not. Listen, if you take it an insult, you don't tell him to shut up, please. You've been doing good, very well.
You had
Please,
your time.
apology accepted. Eccentric. Go ahead.
You had your time. Anyways, so we have a system of government where all states have a government. All states have a government structure, right? And they have budgets. You know, what are all the states in the East, what are they doing to better the region? What programs are they doing to better the region? What social programs do they have to mitigate the effects of inflation in the region? Guess who are the governors in Igbo land? Igbo people. It's our people that are governors. They are governing. They are, they are taking care of all the governmental parastatals, right? They get the fund from the federal government. They pay taxes. They do all that. They get money for projects. They're not doing those projects. And you think somehow if you separate from Nigeria, you're gonna just Nigeria, Igbo land will turn into a la la land. That's not true. The problem I have with IPOB is they don't have any concise goal. They don't know what they're fighting for. Like, what are they really fighting for? Are they fighting because Igbo people are not like the Palestinians, right? We are not like East Ukrainians. There is no targeting. There's no federal government targeting of Igbo people that you can point at and say, hey, look, this is why we need to get out of here. These guys are targeting us. They have policies that are anti-Igbo policies. There are no anti-Igbo policies in Nigeria that I know of. What's
it's wrong. You are not saying the truth. Your speeches are hateful. Stop that.
Listen, righteous man.
I don't know what you're saying. I'm sorry.
Let him answer.
I don't know what you're saying.
There's no program, no federal you can point at. You cannot point at any program, the federal government program that's targeting Igbo people. None of that.
Sorry, are you aware? Don't be offended.
It's my turn. Just hold on. Wait. Some of us say something about fair play and equality, right? First of all, when you say stuff like equality it's an abstract term. Equality on what? In governance, right? If you say equality in governance, you're gonna elect an Igbo elite that's gonna go in there and govern Nigeria, enrich himself. We've seen that before, and he's not gonna do anything for the region. We've seen that before, right? This is the same problem IPOB has, right? They get all this money, they get their millions. They don't have any social programs, and the reason why you have a social program if you're fighting for separation.
Are you contributing money for IPOB?
The reason why you have social programs and you adopt
having social programs, we are having it. It's not about speaking grammar, my brother. It's not about grammar.
Mute yourself, man. Mute yourself. You need to have a social program. The reason why you want to have a social program is you want to make a point, right? There are ways you can go about this. It's not about fighting the government. You can't fight the government. You don't have any helicopters. You don't have any.
Eccentric. Have you been to Africa?
Don't.
Eccentric cast. Have you been to Africa?
Listen, just pay attention.
So have you?
I asked him that the last time.
Have you been to Africa?
So answer him now.
You are growing white man's land and you are growing ground.
Yeah. Show some humility.
Are you aware that Samu Bakwe collected money? Samu Bakwe collected money from citizens when the federal government of the day did not contribute a farthing for an airport. Are you aware of that? You are just you don't know what you are saying. You don't know what you are saying. Who told you that the governments are not trying their best to make sure they have sustainable projects? Who told you that? I disagree with you on that.
Sorry. Eccentric man.
This eccentric man doesn't have statistics to buy whatever he's saying up. He's just saying things that have no bearing.
Gentlemen, hold on one second. When every one of you were speaking, Eccentric did not interject you, and I don't think it's fair on him because I asked him to hold on several times, and I don't think it's fair on him. He did not interject any one of you. You can disagree with what he says. You have your time to disagree.
We might
Okay,
forget to say something. And you
no. Get a pen. Listen, don't do this.
Conversation.
Listen,
Sorry.
get a pen and a paper. You see, I have
But he
pen
has
and a
taken
paper.
more than 10 minutes now.
Yeah,
He has
I
taken
give
more
him more
time.
time. Yeah, I told him I'll give him more time, so I'm being fair here.
Electricity,
Okay? All right.
you are being partial on this stage
No,
today.
no.
You have allocated more time to this guy because
Honestly, you are being partial on this. You are being partial. Electricity, you are being partial.
Please bring him back. You removed him twice. It's not
And
fair.
I think you are biased. You are
Bring him
biased.
back.
Okay, you two are going out. Great. Now, listen, let this be very clear. The moderator he can decide to give somebody 30 minutes. He's moderating it. If he feels the view is what he wants people to hear, it's okay. So let's not call him being biased. What is he biased for? Did he tell you he's going?
No, we're not joking. We're joking.
Instead of you people to be calming my
Listen to what
heart
I'm
because
saying,
my
because it's very
girlfriend
important.
just broke my heart because of this podcast now. I'm sitting there feeling my heart now. This is what
When
it
you
is.
come here, please
They cannot throw you out of the.
listen to the moderator and follow what he's moderating. If you feel that I mean, there's no time allocation here. Listen to him, let him allocate the time. If he say he wants you to speak for 1 minute, that's it. Please, let's control ourselves. Let's control our emotion also.
Thank you, KJ. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
All right,
Look, gentlemen, let's be honest with ourselves. First of all, I would like to thank every one of you for being here today. Tomorrow, Saturday, in the ladies' broadcast, it's Men's Week, International Men's Week this week. So we'll be dealing with men's issues or issues that relate that concerns men tomorrow. Our ladies will be moderating and taking this podcast. They will touch the nitty-gritty of men. For further, don't miss it because some of the things will concerns you as well in tomorrow's men's International Men's Day. So the focus will be on forefather tomorrow. So forefather, make sure you don't miss it. So I would like to thank every one of us. By and large, we all want the same thing. Is that Biafra?
That's my point, though.
Hold on one second. I said to you got your creative problem here. So
You don't start again, though. Calm down. Learn how to be coming down.
So, okay, you know what? We got 8 minutes, and I'm going to leave the floor for 8 minutes for anybody that wants to speak and challenge each other. 8 minutes, and let's the how did they? Yeah, KJ, help me. How did they say the things? That's what they say.
I want to say one thing about what Simon Ekpa is doing with that money. That is the only I want to say. Talk about.
Go ahead. One word.
It will be chaotic, though. It will be chaos.
Go ahead.
Chaos.
Who wants to
the number one, Obona, in 2003, Simon shared palliative, and the so bring 10 people that they send 100,000. That time he declares it at home that lasted for 2 weeks. It's from this month that people are donating. Is where even I here, he send 100,000 to my family. I bring 10 people that they send 100,000. Who send that money is Madam Azoka, who has left the government of Biafra SI for now. Then also, he's also building a space or a app that where Biafran people can have their own YouTube, their own Facebook, their own WhatsApp, which if not for this that he's in for 2 weeks, he could have announced, he have brought it out on Saturday, tomorrow, before he's inside. So these are the things he used the money to do on social media.
December 2nd, it is alleged that Simon Ekpa, hold on. It is alleged that Simon Ekpa will declare. I don't know what he's going to declare. So I will give the floor to KJ to tell us what Simon Ekpa is going to declare on December 2nd. KJ, the floor is yours, please. What do you think he will be declaring? I probably will be running a podcast on that today. So
okay, we tell the truth. I don't know why you're asking me to say what's going to declare because I'm not in the same camp, with him. But you see, like I always say here, I don't criticize somebody for what I cannot do. That's the truth. The first time I said here, you see, it's not easy. My village, I think if you count the whole of my village, if we are too many, maybe 1,000 families, I can't tell them to stay at home and not go to work one day and they will agree. They will not agree, even though they know me and my family is well respected. So for the person who has that ability to say, don't do this, and people willingly agree, whether we say they are being forcefully staying at home or not, such a person have something I don't know. Okay, and that's the reason why in the first place I chose to listen to Nnamdi Kanu, because I have never heard it before. The whole one individual, the whole politician in the South is afraid of. And then somebody was saying a centricist, okay, whatever. Sorry, I'm mutilating your name, but
it's eccentric.
Oh, yeah, eccentric. You were saying that why is the Igbo politicians? The reason I want to answer you, my brother, very few Igbo politicians have been elected by their people. Let me tell you what the Igbo politicians do. They go to those in power. Mostly this power is from the north. They go and they make promises to those people. Those people now help them to get into power. The last example of this same thing, which I've played over the years, is the present governor of Imo State, who came fourth, but eventually became first. In fact, the votes he had wasn't even enough for him to be governor. The Supreme Court manufactured votes and put in his own listing. And I can still remember judgment. It's on the internet. You can go check it out. INEC said, sir, this vote you're adding is not from us. So they said, don't worry, we know where I got it from. That's how he became governor till today. Now, since the advent of the Southeast, as the case may be, after the war, it's just very few people. There have been people who were chosen by their people and they have been able to distinguish themselves. If you go to the East, majority of what is put there is by those governors. Every other one are chop. Then you ask, what are the Igbos doing? It seems to me that you're not an Igbo guy. Because if you're an Igbo guy, you will know that the Igbo communities have existed long time ago from community development. Is there anybody who is Igbo here who is not paying community development in his community? Is there any one of you that every year you don't pay, you don't send something back as community development? No, there's none. The electricity in my village, it is the village people that built it. The water in my village, it is the village people that built it. The road in my village, it is water, the village people that built it. So when you come and say, what are the Igbo people doing? I think you are not Igbo. You're something about not Igbo. But please, it's not an insult. I'm just simply saying you will have known these things.
Ask him if he has been to Africa, by the way. That's the question.
No, because any Igbo man who is Igbo knows that it is one of your obligations. You must contribute to the development of your community, schools, secondary schools, and all that. In fact, some of the communities are so developed that they have their own scholarship. They give to their people. So when you say that, I'm wondering, we have always, the first airport built in Nigeria by individual was built in Imo State by Simon Ekpa. So what are you saying?
Yes.
What are you saying?
Exactly. And it was done by students. Sorry.
Yeah, but by saying that at the same time, I thought the Southeast was marginalized. I don't know how all this is possible in the country.
Sorry, don't you understand the difference between?
With due respect.
Don't you understand the difference between governmental, okay? What the government with power of the state can do, and what communities and people coming together can do. You don't know.
But those are actually big things, though, that even northern Nigeria don't have.
But that's not the question.
No. Please, with due respect.
As part of this country,
forefather, you don't get this thing.
You cannot say that
you don't get this thing.
Let the OT finish, then we can go to Jefferson.
So what I'm saying, so listen, as part of Nigeria, okay, every section ought to have their due, right? So it's just a matter of right. It's not a privilege. It's not favoritism. We're not asking for anything more than what others are given, what others are entitled. That's simple. It doesn't matter whatever else we do by our effort. It's up to us. Okay? You cannot say because we are doing all this for ourselves and therefore federal government should neglect us.
No, that's not what is being said. The point I'm making is that other people are way behind that.
Is that our problem?
No, African Americans are not able to do that because the federal government gets in their way. But if the federal government in Nigeria is not getting in your way, you can see that it's not.
Forefather, see, let me give you a clearing example. Third Mainland Bridge in Lagos was built, constructed with Nigerian resources, federal government resources. The second Niger Bridge constructed
since the war.
Hold on. The new second Niger bridge is under taxation now. If you drive past there, there is how many toll gates there? So that those who are traveling there pay for that bridge. That is what we are talking about. While other bridges constructed by federal government, the indigenous or those who uses that road does not pay for the bridge.
Okay. I think Lekki toll gates.
Okay, listen.
Even Lekki toll gates
The southeast supposed to have one functioning and viable international airport
and seaport. Good.
And seaport, and we were denied that opportunity.
And you don't know what that means in terms of development?
Thank you, gentlemen. As the show has to come to an end, for further has the show after.
No, not allowing me to talk. It's not fair.
No, it's the time is up.
You can carry on the next one, on the next live. So there's going to be a news update on. I said there's going to be news update on events, and some people have have signed leading roles in the autopilot movement. I think there's this lady that they call Dr. Ngozi Erabweze that seems to be in charge at the moment. So that is a breaking news, I guess. All right. So
thank you very much. So KJ, thank you very much for joining me. Sorry, I thought we were going to have longer time than this. We call it a night there. Those of you that are giving super chat, have a lovely night. Thank you.
Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call obey, to serve our fatherland, with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. Hey, that's so. Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria call obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom. In freedom. In freedom. Peace and unity. Arise, my people. Arise, my
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Yes, you. Have you subscribed? You. Yeah, before you go, click. It's free. Click. Just that's it. Have you subscribed? You are laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam. Thank you so much. I can see you. We have to get to 100,000 subscribers. By the end of the year, how are we going to do that if you don't subscribe? Yes, you. Yes, you're about to click off. Why? Have you subscribed? It's free. If you don't, ask your son, ask your daughter how to. Just one click. Thank you. Thank you. I see you. Aha. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll see you.